All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. I was gonna say. All right. So let me tweet out real quick. Uh, 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 all right. Oh my God! Is it gonna start raining again, guys? It's been insane with the rain. We've had like the craziest thunderstorm 2 days ago. It was absolutely insane. I mean, it was just like the end of the world. There was like lightning and thunder like every 2 seconds. I mean, it was insane. I was like, what the hell is happening? And then today it's just been randomly raining at certain points, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's been crazy. That's all I can say. It's been absolutely insane with the amount of rain and stuff that we've been getting. So, uh, yeah. And it's also on top of that been like super hot. So it's like in between um like I don't know, in between the like rain and the thunderstorms and whatever, it's also been like 100 degrees. I mean, it's just like what the hell is happening? That's been crazy. I think I answered those. I don't know. YouTube likes to notify me like way late on comments and stuff. Which on my phone, it informs me immediately, and then on like when I go on the website, it does it like 75 days later. It's like okay, like weird. All right. Nope, nope. Yeah, it's definitely thunderstorm. So if I like I said, it's been crazy with the thunderstorms. So if I end up crashing or whatever, it's probably because of that. Is all I'm saying. Just close that. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Let's see. So the last couple of episodes, we've kind of been, like the last couple of times that we've played this, we've kind of been trying to figure out our lives in a weird way, because our attack against Varish failed. She ended up summoning all these demons, and we ended up like getting scattered across Korna. And ever since then, we've just been, trying to figure out really what to do. We have no chain of command. We have no place to live. We have no boats to get back to Istan. We have no money. We have no allies. We have nothing. So it was pretty much we had to like start from from zero and build our way up. So to that end, we first of all we went about and we freed um, some of the people that were caught. Like we had a couple of sun spears that were caught that we freed. Koss was caught. We freed him. But also local people. There's a lot of Cornins that are not happy with Barish, so we got them to join our side. And we slowly been building it up. Then we helped Dejarin, Dejarin, who turned out to be Koss's father. And yeah, we helped him because somehow the Cornin military had at some point in time pretty much taken his estate and they used it to hold um, they used it. Oh, Spearmaster is fine. they they're holding Centaur's prisoner there. So we've done a bunch of different side quests, kind of gotten a little bit of the side story going. That's one thing that I think Nightfall did really well. There's like these really cool, like it's very fleshed out. When you look at like prophecies was fleshed out because you kind of traveled along, and as you traveled along, you kind of learn about the areas that you went to, right? Like there wasn't like the whole arc of like fighting the Mersat didn't start until the like last third of the story. Right up until then, you kind of venture along, and there's like anything and everything that happens in Ascalon and prophecies doesn't matter to the end of the story. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like there is an overarching plot, but it doesn't start until much later. Um, so you kind of learn about these different areas as you go through. But then in Cantha, it was like right off the bat, like on Shinji Island, like immediately as soon as our training is done as whatever profession we are, we start learning about the because we go to Minister Cho's estate, and that's where we first find out about the plague going on and like all the stuff caused by Shiro. And that is the whole overarching plot of the entire factions campaign, right? Is like dealing with Shiro and his the stuff that he's doing or whatever, right? With his defeat at the very end. So you kind of don't learn about the isolated area. You kind of learn a little bit based on like the stories you go through and stuff, but there is no like actual like isolated stories that take there are side quests that you can take that take you to different areas, but I feel like Nightfall just did it so much better where like we went from like in Istan there's a lot of things that I can do, but then we come to Korna and immediately we get like a bunch of side quests that really like explore the space and really explore the dynamic of like what's happening in the region, because we learn with like Dejarin and he's like a merchant or whatever, like a rich merchant and blah blah blah. Alligator Torali is streaming. Hi Jacob, welcome. Um, yeah, so it's kind of interesting how Nightfall really does it, and we're gonna see that in Vabi as well. Because like Vabi, again, if you do the main story, you go through Vabi, but I'm pretty sure that there's a couple of side quests that we're gonna have to do or can do, kind of to explore the space a little bit and the relationship between everything. So it's really interesting how they took the best of both, like prophecies and factions. Like factions has a really good solid campaign, like just going through the missions and stuff. It's very like involved and it's very like interesting and high stakes, and there's a lot of like really cool stuff that happens with some cool choices you can do, like who you go to support and blah blah blah. Like am I going to the JC or to the Echovald or whatever. But it doesn't have the like really exploring the specific areas, which prophecies kind of did a little bit better, I feel like. So it kind of has like the best. I feel like they really learned as they went along, and the third campaign is really good. Like I said, it took me a long time to really find appreciation for Nightfall, but like I really like Nightfall, and it might actually become like my favorite campaign just because of how it's also much bigger, right? Like it's so much bigger. Like Prophecies was huge, but there was so much wasted space. If you look at Prophecies, there's so many areas of Prophecies that you don't even go to, that don't even mean anything. Like there's so many explorable areas that you kind of just like walk through one time and you're kind of done, right? And there's even explorable areas that you don't even go to, like a big chunk of Ascalon, for example. Like if you do the no like if you do the campaign and you go through, there's about like 2-3 big explorable areas that you don't even go into, that are kind of just like skipped. You kind of skip over all of that and you go on to like the Shiver Peaks, right? And I feel like with this we kind of get, they take you on these missions, and then once we get to a place where there's like stuff to explore, they kind of send you on like side quests to kind of explore a little bit of those and then move on, which I think is the best way to do that. Yeah, I mean that particular ArenaNet does not exist anymore. I mean that is something that I can 100% agree on. That ArenaNet of Guild Wars 1 time does not exist anymore. I think that we can all agree that I think the very end of that was the very end of that era was when Mike O'Brien left. I think when he left, I think that's when truly the original ArenaNet like died. I think that's when it was like we're now switching over to a different ArenaNet, and it's now a different ArenaNet since Iceboot Saga, since past Iceboot Saga, right? Like I think it's a different dynamic, and it's a different company in its own way, I think. So all right, so in all of this, right, we had to like distinguish ourselves as the leader. So that's another thing, right? It's like we didn't have, like I said, we didn't have like a chain of command, and they kind of wanted us to take the rank, but we had to rise in the Sunspear rank, which we did. We became general, and they're like, okay, so you're high enough now to pretty much lead us. They all agreed that we would be a good leader, but we needed more experience, and we took it upon. Yeah, I know he was great, right? He was like his art is really like some of my favorite. He really captures this um what's the feel there's a specific feeling that I get when I look at some of his art. Um it's very like it's fantastical, and it's kind of like awe-inspiring because he has this like really cool way of portraying um like monumental sizes in some of his pictures, where you can look at something and you're like, oh my god, that's massive, right? And it's like so cool, and it's like it kind of gives you like a little bit of like this weird feel. Like a lot of his art is just very like it's super good, so I can highly recommend his art. Like it's really good. I love looking at specifically a lot of the concept art that he drew. Really good. Hi, old friend. All right, so we have managed now. We have two causes here hanging out. But yeah. So while I was at the garrison, I overheard talk of captured sunspears to the north of Nandu Bay. Rojas will meet us in the Venta Cemetery to assist with the evacuation. We must proceed with caution. However, the guards use sentry traps to keep wild creatures from wandering into the perimeter. Okay. So we hear about so Nandu Bay is down here. I think it's either here or it's here. I think it's right here. I think Nandu Bay is right here, which is an outpost we're going to. But to the north of it, to the north, like up here, I want to say. I think it's like right up here or up here, is the Venta Cemetery, and Rojas is gonna help us because remember, Rojas is the guy that works with all the like the artillery, and he's like kind of the siege guy, and the kind of that's what he does. Um, yeah. So is that right? I feel like I've watched it probably at some point in time. I don't remember it. But I do. Oh, we have some more captured. Wait, what? Narashi warned me about these spotters. So, okay, we already did this, right? We already freed these guys. That's okay. Let's free them again. Go, go, go. There's cost. All right, so I guess we're taking some of these captured again. Remember last time we freed these guys, but this wasn't part of the quest. It's part of this quest, so I don't know why it activated before we even got to the to this point. I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, we're still freeing some of our sun spirits, so we're still strengthening ourselves even now. That our range don't move and throw scares like What do you mean in Guild Wars 2, or what do you mean now? Ooh, we have a boss here. Dabinade Deathbringer. Oh, my pet is almost dead. He died. My pet died. But what do you mean that they're ranged? It depends on what weapon you use. So you're saying that you. So I'm trying to understand like exactly where you're coming from. So you mean that like every everyone that use like you think that every class, every profession in Guild Wars 2 that you know they all got the spear and they should all be long range? Is that what you're saying? Oh, hold it. Oh, okay, holding it. Oh, I see. I didn't quite understand. I see. So you're finding the like under the arm, like rather should be like that. It's strange, right? Because the animation always has them like they get to the point where they move it up to throw it then. Um, and yeah, I can kind of agree on that. Like, why don't they have the idle animation where they hold the spear over their head? But I mean, I don't know, maybe that's kind of hard to do too. Like maybe that doesn't make much sense. Like I feel like even someone that throws it like long range, like maybe Guild Wars 1 is unrealistic in that because holding your spear the whole time like that if you're gonna throw it is like kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they were consolidating and they wanted to just like make one animation for everything, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy that we got uh like I'm just happy that we got spears in the first place. Like I'm just happy about that, honestly. Cuz I feel like so Ka says it looks like we have to deal with. Oh, okay. So earlier he said there's sentry traps. So these are the sentry traps that they're talking about. So they're talking to us about. So these sentry traps, they're introducing us to these sentry traps, which are going to become important in a minute. For this next part, they're going to become important. And so they're kind of introducing us. These are like AoEs. If you step too close, they do like an AoE attack. Super annoying. I have a lot of health. Holy crap. All right, we have like a whole army now. Look at all these sun spears that we have now in our troop. Oh my god, everyone is attacking us right now. This is annoying as well. Yeah, we have so many people in our group now. Look at this. All right, come on, sun spears. Off we go. There's the cemetery. It's not too far away. Oh, it wasn't as far. I pointed up here, but it was very close. Alright, we've freed more sun spears, and we're well on our way. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm curious to see what the changes are that RenaNet has in store for the spear and stuff. All right, Commander. Hiding from Varish's troop isn't the worst thing in the world. Have you ever sat through one of Rojas' technical explanations? Pretty torture. Oh, pure torture. Pretty torture. I'm like, that's like pretty modern talk. Pure torture. Hi, it is good to see you. It is good to see you survived. Rojas made it out of Gandhara as well, hanging onto a barrel. He figured out a way to disarm those blasted traps the Cornins have been using as well. Brilliant mind, that Sunspear. What's the status? It's not looking good of the evacuation. Remember, the whole idea is that Koss got in contact with one of the Corsairs, and he made a deal with what her name is Saida the Sly, and she, or is it Margaret? No, not Margaret, right? It's Is it Saida, or is it Saida? Is in Guild Wars 2. What's her name again? I don't remember. It's the Sly one that's in this time. And the idea is to get the injured Sunspears that we don't really see any of the injured Sunspears, but there apparently are injured Sunspears, and we have to get them out of the area. So that's kind of our goal. It's not looking good. There are Cornin troops everywhere, and we need to evacuate our people immediately. Let me know when you and Koss are ready to muster the troops, then Rojas can tell you how to disarm those traps. Okay? Let's do it.
Okay, listen up. We lost the fleet at the Battle of Gandhara, but we're not stuck here. I've arranged passage back to Istan. There's one hitch. There's a Cornin garrison between us and the ship that'll take us home.
They're like, oh man.
You'd better explain the plan.
We're going to lead you to the ships, but we're going to have to move quickly. The longer we're out in the open, the more likely the Cornins will come down on us.
Look at Croc, he's hanging out.
Most of you are in no shape to fight. Just stick close and we'll get you home safe. Be sure to check with Rojas about the sentry traps. Other than that, we're ready to go.
Alright. So we're evacuating our Sunspear forces. And there's Rojas! Alright, and we're at the Venta Cemetery. Not many graves around here. It's kind of weird for a cemetery. I mean, there's some, but... Alright, let's talk to Rojas. We haven't seen him since the attack. Good to see you, my friend. And to think you've got all your arms and legs... Lags? My god, I can't talk today. When can I ever, though? And to think you've got all your arms and legs intact after all you've been through. As a matter of fact, I've managed to figure out a way to disarm those pesky sentry traps. I'll show you how once we're on our way. That Corsair Margaret is her name, is waiting on the other side of the garrison. I'll stay behind and direct any stragglers. Take this, you'll need it. Thank you. Alright, so let's get started. Rojas is here, and I finally figured out to disarm those. We'll get back to Istan. Alright, let's do it. Venta Cemetery. So we're leading these evacuees, as you guys can see, but they're all monks, which is kind of nice. Alright. So he says, the situation just got a bit more interesting. Our Cornin friends thought we might be coming this way, and they were kind enough to leave sentry traps in our path. Talk to me when you're ready to learn to disable one of these things, okay? Alright, so we get a disarm trap skill, and I guess I'm gonna get rid of... Yeah, we must approach it, so he has a test one. We just need to get close to it, and then use a skill on it. Boom, and then that's disabled. And it has a bar in the top left. No big deal. Alright, the interesting part here, and apparently there's so many people in my group. So you guys will kind of see, this is... Oh, I can't see a mission thing? Okay, I guess I can see it here. So you guys will see guard posts. The bonus here, the garrison, Morzek garrison is right in the middle, okay? And we have to get all the way to the other side. We have to get to Margaret the Sly, who's right over here, okay? And she's gonna, and then we're gonna go into Nandupe, which is down here. So that's where we need to go. But the bonus is to get all of these guard posts. So we're gonna have to do like a little lappy lap and go around. I like to go zigzaggy. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go like down here, and then go here, and then go back up. That's kind of probably the easiest way to do it. But yeah, whatever. We can do it. Let's go. I don't see any sentry traps here. And the idea is that if you wait too long or something, the commanders send out an alarm. So we have to kill the commanders like fast, I guess. Kill all the guards at the guard post before they sound an alert and blow your cover. So I don't know what happens if I haven't had it in a long time where my cover gets blown. I'm not sure what happens. I don't know if like more enemies appear or something. I'm not sure, but all right, we killed all the enemies. So the idea is, so this is one guard post, and we have to now venture through and do all of the guard posts. It's pretty easy. As you can see, there's the bonus right there on the bottom. It's pretty simple. We have a pretty large army. You know, we have a lot of healers in our group. I mean, I don't think these... Do they heal? They do heal. They actually use Orison of Healing. That's interesting. So they do heal. I mean, it's not like a major heal or whatever. So we should be fine. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be anything. It's just gonna be a lot of like walking around and fighting. Oh, really? That's so weird. That's strange. That is a weird bug. I mean, bugs are in every game. I mean, honestly, there's some crazy bugs in some games where I'm like, that should really not exist. Alright. Guard post disabled. We don't even need to deal with that trap down there. Where would I go next? I'm gonna disable this trap. It does 100 points of damage, which is kind of bad, but not really. It's not a big deal. We can just like kind of move around here. Oh, apparently we're attacking them. Okay, let's fight. Someone got trigger happy. I always, you know, I get like, speaking of like skins that you've already, I get pretty paranoid because sometimes, like, you know, if I get like a Blackline chest key or something, like I'll get like a wardrobe unlock or something, and I'll unlock something that I don't even know I have. Like I won't even recognize. I'm like, oh, okay, something was unlocked that I don't even care about or whatever, and then like months later, it's something like it's a weapon skin or something that I'm looking at. I'm like, really? But there's times where I'm like, I want to get something, or I want to look at something that I want to get, and I always have to make sure that it says like, skin has not been unlocked or whatever, like this skin is locked or something. I always make sure that I check that before I use anything, before I buy anything. Like, that's one thing that I do a lot, because I think I've made the mistake in the past where I bought something, like a skin that I already owned or something, from somewhere, and I was like, great, this is, like, that was dumb, you know, shouldn't have done that. Oh, there's a spotter. But yeah, I mean, that is super annoying. I mean, you know, stuff like that happens, and it is annoying. These rangers are the worst because they have all these defensive abilities. Oh my god, and it's like the worst thing in the world because they block and evade all of your stuff. Oh god, it's so annoying. All right, so now we have a guard post and a sentry trap all in one, all wrapped into one. So I'm gonna let these guys fight while I go disable the trap. Probably the best. Probably the best to do. All right. Alright, and did that guard post. Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of loop around, which is a little annoying, but that's just the way it goes. I'd like to just do the bonus for this, though, because it's actually pretty easy. Some of them are kind of annoying. There's gonna be times where I'm not gonna do the bonus because it's just, like, really stupid or something. I'm gonna try to do my best, though. But some of them where I'm just like, nope, I don't want to do that. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, you guys haven't seen a lot of videos on the channel because I've been just working on getting this, regional lore intro videos series, like, going. But there is other videos that I would like to do as well. So, hopefully before Janthia Wilds will have a bunch of videos come out. I don't know yet, though. I would like to get that series done, though. I was talking about recently about how I wanted to get this done by August, but like beginning of August, and I don't think that's happening. I mean, I'm working on it like every day, but I don't think I'm gonna get it done in time. But hopefully I'll get the series done. They're fairly short videos. There's 9 of them. They're fairly short, and they're not going to be like super visually impressive or anything. It's just going to be a lot of like, kind of a lot of info dump on a lot of these things. Like info dump plus like pictures. There's going to be a lot of pictures to kind of like, I'm talking about this person. Here's a picture of them. I'm talking about this race. There's a picture of them. I'm talking about this location. There's a picture of it. You know, like that kind of stuff. You know, gameplay-wise, I don't think there's going to be much of it. I don't know exactly how I'm going to style those videos, but I think I'm going to leave out, like, most gameplay. I think for, like, the background, I'm just going to have, like, a picture in the background to kind of give a little bit, like, I feel like having gameplay in between me just, like, showing you guys pictures all the time might be kind of distracting. So I'm going to kind of do it as, like, there's going to be background, and then I'm going to put some, like, if you guys have ever watched my history of videos, it's going to be like that. It's going to be kind of styled in that way. But yeah, hopefully I can get those videos done. And there's a couple others. I would like to make some shorts. I know a lot of people like the shorts. I do have more planned. I have more planned for, like, for the foreseeable future, I have, like, I want to get at least 50 done for the core game. And then I want to start on expansion stuff. So that's gonna be like at least like another 4 or 5 years of stuff that I'm like looking to do, because I want to do about I think I want to do about like 20 to 30 for every expansion. I don't think there's going to be as many for the expansions as there is for the core game, just simply because of like, okay, it's obstructed, so nothing is hitting these guys. I'd need to at least all of my friends to come over. These guys are just sitting there, but they can be healers, so it's fine. Energy's kind of a annoying thing in this. It's weird how Elias doesn't cast Blood's Power on me. I don't know why that. I guess I'm gonna disable this trap. He does not cast Blood's Power on me, like, at all. No, I don't. Didn't even expect. Where are you gonna cast that on? I told him to cast it, but he's not casting it. Drop that. Cast this. Why is he not casting that? What is happening? There's numerous people with no energy. Is he only, do they only cast this on casters? Because then it's a wasted slot for me. Because my 2 casters that I have are just fine. That is really annoying. Yeah, okay. That's fine. If that's what he wants to do, then I'm just gonna get a different elite in there because it's a wasted slot if he doesn't use it at all. He did use it at some point, but I don't know why he doesn't do it now. That's really strange. He has casted on me before, but he's now refusing. Stop doing that. Like, I'm trying to, okay. Yeah, he's only using it on the casters. And they're okay on energy, especially Donkoro, I'm surprised. Donkoro is doing just fine on energy. So, Donkoro is gonna be in our group, like, a lot. Because he's doing really well with energy and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that around. If he's not casting it on Jin or me, or Zenmai, who are all the ones that need it, there's no reason for me to have him do that. So... have it in the thing. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Gonna have to come up with a different spec for him. Well, I was also thinking, so we have almost 3 healers, right? Because we have Talcora as like a defense, so I might just change him. Like I said, I might change him to a minion person. I might do him like as a I might have him as a death magic guy, and just do like have him with a minion. All right, we're doing pretty good. I mean, this is like going fairly well. We only have 2 more left, and they're fairly close by. They're not too far away. Yeah, and then we've avoided the garrison, and we're good. We can get out of here. We can get the heck out of here. I love that I have like 4 melee people. Like, I have my pet and then 3 melee fighters. I love that so much. Because it's like this army of people just coming in and doing their stuff. Alright, let's go. Hi Emily, welcome. I'm doing well. How are you? Alright, so let's finish up this last post. Alright, I'm gonna do the trap again. Disable the trap. Burp. Done. Alright. Everyone, kill them. Oh my god, I hate this whirling defense. Oh crap. It is so annoying. Alright, lovely. Pretty good. Glad you did well. Thank you, yeah. It's been good. I you know, I usually take Sundays to be like my relaxed day, and I did sleep today. I took a nap. I went shopping today, which was very uneventful. Uneventful shopping, as some of you know, is usually my favorite because, yeah, I don't know, it's bad. I did have a guy talk to me about my shirt. He's like, where did you get your Kirby shirt? He said. I was like, and I kind of looked at him for a second because I didn't expect him to talk to me. He was one of the people at the store, like, working there. And I was like, I kind of just like looked at him, and I think he didn't realize, like, I wasn't mad, but I was like kind of taken, like, I don't know, I was in thought, and all of a sudden this guy's just like, where did you get your Kirby shirt? And I'm like, I look at him, and I'm like, I froze for a second, and I didn't know what to say, and I'm kind of looking at him, I'm like, this shirt I got at Target, and he kind of like looked at me, and I'm like, this shirt, I think I got it at Target, and he's like, oh, I really like it. I'm like, thank you, and I walk away, and I was like, it was kind of awkward, but I was like, I don't know, it's just, I guess I was like, well, that's what you should expect when you randomly talk to someone in a store. It was funny. It was a weird interaction. I always like paying attention to the weird interactions that I have in my everyday life. Look at this army. Look at this army of enemies. I remember this. I always, like, this is like the last point of the mission, right? You like this is the very end of it, right? And they just have like an army of people standing here. Oh, it's just this shirt right here. It's Kirby, and well, you guys can't really see it, but it's Kirby, and he's just eating a lot of food. So I was wearing that shirt. Right before I was streaming, I was at the store, so but yeah, it's one of my favorite shirts. I love it. It's comfy, and it's purple, and purple is not my favorite color, but it is probably one of the ones that I really like, more so than like other colors. But yeah, and he eats a lot of food, and I tell everyone, I'm like, that's me. And they're like, you don't look like that. I'm like, I eat a lot of food. Like, you guys don't understand. I eat a lot of food. Okay. I eat a lot of, and the thing is, like, Kirby eats a lot of junk food, which I do as well. Like, he eats like, there's a hot dog, there's a piece of cake, there's ice cream, grapes, bananas, French fries, curry, I think those are pancakes, a burger. Like, this is what he eats, right? Like, half of those things are not even nutritious. There's a bunch of bananas and grapes in there, right? But other than that, the rest is all like really bad for you, especially the French fries, burger, hot dog, cake, ice cream. I mean, that's really bad for you. Yeah, it's a cute shirt. So there's Margaret. All right, start negotiations with Margaret. All right, we've done it, guys. Let's talk to Margaret. It is indeed quite the mixture.
Marguerite, got my boat?
That depends, my friend. Got my money?
You sure you want the money? My friendship's worth more than mere gold, isn't it?
You're charming, Koss, but I can't spend charming. The money, please. It's always a pleasure doing business with honest people. Welcome aboard.
Koss, she's a Corsair. Can we trust her?
Only for as long as the money lasts. But for the moment, you can relax. We're going home.
So that was the garrison that we just passed.
You let those savages escape.
There were only a few of them, sir. We've already captured and killed most of their forces.
Only a few.
Captain!
Yes, sir. Increase the patrols. Burn the villages that help these traitors. Send word to the War Marshal.
Yes, sir. What should I tell her?
Tell her to send me the hunger.
Okay, so whoever mixed the sound there is like really drives me crazy because those catapults or whatever are so loud. All right, so the interaction was Margaret says, Margaret is like, "Hey, what's up?" And I think we got to talk to him now next. And so Margaret, we meet Margaret, right? And she's going to become not important, but she's going to kind of play a little bit of a part in the story here. And she is the ancestor to Saida the Sly, who we meet in season 4 of The Living World in Guild Wars 2. And still, Saida the Sly in Guild Wars 2 is Corsair, and so is her ancestor Margaret. So they have a line of they've always been Corsairs or whatever, and she says, "Oh, it's always a pleasure doing business with honest people, because honest people don't try to stab you in the back. They just give you the money and they hope that you're gonna keep your word or whatever." And she just, it's really funny that she says that, because I can only imagine that that's truly like so much easier to deal with as someone that's like a Corsair. It's like dealing with someone that's like honest is probably a lot easier. Because they're not going to lie to you, they're not going to try to stab you in the back, they're not going to try to steal from you, they're just going to want whatever service you're offering, So anyways, so she gives us transport. We're getting all of our troops that are not wanting to fight Varish, or not necessarily not wanting to, but can't, that are like hurt, that are whatever. We're sending them back. And so then we see Bale. Bale was at the garrison, and he was mad that we slipped past, and he calls for the hunger, which is one of the demons that Varish has summoned. We did see the hunger. The hunger was the leading demon when we attacked Gandara. That was like the leading. That was the one that was like kind of attacking Cormier. The leading demon, one of the demons from the realm of torment. So he is now, Bale is pissed off, and he is on a warpath, because he's like, these Sunspears have escaped us for too long, and then now they slip past our defenses, and he's like, we're burning all the villages to the ground. We're on a warpath, right? We're doing this, which Varish is probably okay with him doing anyway. So let's just change Elias real quick to not being restoration, and we're gonna take blood away as well. We're just gonna do death, and yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. I mean, I don't know. I'll put some points into that, and we'll do. Or I can do 3 in restoration to make flesh of my flesh better. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna do Flesh Golem. I think I like the Guild Wars 1 Flesh Golem. I think that's a cool one. Soul Reaping, you gain 1 energy. For every 2 ranks of death magic, you can control 1 additional undead servant. So for 2 ranks, that's 6 plus 2 is 8. We can control 8 people at the same time. I don't know what a good Blood of the Master. All of your undead allies are healed. For you sacrifice an additional for me healed this way. Okay. Um. I'm gonna do masochism. So masochism is a soul reaping thing, and it gives you for 34 seconds, so you can maintain it indefinitely. You have +2 to your death magic and soul reaping attributes. So that means that having an additional 2 on our soul reaping will give us another minion. So we can now have 9 minions. Or I'm sorry, death magic. I'm sorry, death magic. Having an extra 2 to death magic gives us another minion. And on top of that makes it stronger, so it's going to be a higher level flesh golem. I mean, at level 21, flesh golem is really good, but it's going to be even higher level. So that's the big thing with like minions in Guild Wars 1 is like, as you can see, it says animate. We have all these minions that we can animate. And you know, uh, they're depending on which death magic level you are, that's what their level is at, or rank you are. That's what the level is at. So obviously you can get stronger minions that have higher health and more damage that they do with higher levels of death magic. So it's gonna be kind of nice to have that. And sacrifice 3% of your maximum health when you cast a spell, which is fine. We should be okay. I'm probably maybe gonna take away restoration and not have a healing thing on him, and maybe do a little bit. I would like to do a little bit of blood magic, maybe have him maintain a little bit of health. Is there something that's just like um cheap that gives me health? Um, that's not really that good. Uh, Blood bond. What? Can we like 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave it like that. But that's kind of nice. We'll take that. That's a cheap spell. I'm trying to get like as many cheap things as possible. A little bit of health that way, because he's gonna be sacrificing a lot of health with this right here. And then this is an extra 3%. So that's gonna be 8% of health that he sacrifices every time he heals his allies, his undead minions. Yeah, so Awaken the Blood is kind of the same thing as Masochism, but it's for blood magic and curses. It's kind of nice. So, I don't know what minions are good. 2 level 10 bone minions are kind of good. They cause bleeding with each of its attack. This damage to gain the same amount of health. But that's 15. These are 15. Oh, these are all 15. The only ones that are not is the Bone Horror, that's 10. Bone Horror, level 14. So Aura of the Lich is really nice as well. So Aura of the Lich, all corpses within earshot are exploited, and you animate at level 14 Bone Horror +1 for each corpse exploited in this way. For 37 seconds, your death magic attribute is increased by +1. So again, this is kind of a way to increase your attributes a little bit more and just summon minions all around. That way you don't need multiple things. We can only have one flesh golem at a time, So that I do need something else. I think I'm gonna pick... I think I'm gonna pick Shambling Horrors. I kind of like those. And then that way, we don't really need anything else. Target those. Yeah, I'm gonna do Death Nova. So Death Nova, they'll probably. I think the NPCs are pretty good at casting Death Nova on their minions. I think, maybe not. I don't know. Blood of the Master we already have. East for the destroy target animated dead undead ally. All of your other undead. I don't know. There prisoner corpse as a dead pat. This skill maybe trigger this instantly. Yeah, maybe that for like energy management. Do another signet. There's probably better things out there. I just randomly threw this together, so that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's talk to Anro. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You wouldn't believe the rumors that have been flying around. Bodies and empty boats washing ashore ever since you left. The council is in session. Take your tale to Elder Zul and the rest. Okay, so we're back here in Istan now. And we can kind of inform the council of what has transpired. Pretty much that, you know, we can tell them that we firsthand saw Varish summon demons, so she's truly evil. And, you know, before they weren't like 100%, they kind of were like, well, we're gonna let the Sun Spears handle this, but how are they gonna approach this now politically? Because the political leader of one of their sister, like, regions or whatever is literally summoning demons. So, what is this? No. Alright, we're gonna go in solo here. Alright, let's talk to the different elder here. The Gaijin and Ivarish have been here. So many videos, so many things that can go wrong. Sul would press forward with this fight. Nalo would explain the details until Nightfall is upon us. We have failed, and in failing, we have endangered all of Istan. There is no other choice. We must surrender and plead for Varish's mercy. Too much blood has been shed because of Cormier. Okay, so this guy wants to give up and wants to just, like, you know, bow down and beg for mercy. I don't know if that's even a good choice. So, we lost thousands of weapons, hundreds of boats, and a vast amount of supplies. Cormier has truly failed us. Varish has declared the Sunspears traitors and Istan allies of the Order. We must sue for peace. If only we could talk to Varish. Perhaps then we could explain what has happened. So, that's kind of, yeah, so there's people here that are kind of like listening to this. Yeah, so Varish has said that we're traitors, and she says that Istan is allied with us, which means that they're also traitors to, like, you know, Ilona as a whole or whatever. You bear grave tidings. Varish is truly aligned with these demons. The Sunspears have been smashed and Cormier is dead. Still, you have done well rescuing the Tsars and establishing a base inside Cornan territory. But now Istan must prepare for the inevitable retaliation from the War Marshal. Our surviving ships can hold off the Cornans and their allied corsairs for a short time, but how can we defend ourselves against demons? We will need allies in the desperate times, allies for the coming fight. So he talks to the people. He says, people of Istan, hear my words. We have heard firsthand accounts of the attack on Gandhara and the treachery of Varish Asa. We cannot stand idly by and let Varish continue, but we have been weakened and cannot continue this war alone. We need our brothers, the Vavians, as allies in this struggle. May the true gods preserve us. It is up to you, Spearmaster Arali. Go to Vavi and convince the princes to join our cause. We cannot aid the Sudspears any longer. We must protect Istan while you recruit allies in Vabi. It will not be easy. The Vabian princes are oblivious to what goes on outside their palaces. You must somehow convince them that Varish is a threat to us all. Alright, Istan must prepare for the inevitable. Your Sunspears are doing a commendable job of keeping Varish occupied, though it is only a matter of time before she turns her gaze towards Istan. You must go to Vabi and convince those corpulent princes that this is their war. Do not fail us as Cormir did. You must be the light against which the tide of darkness will break. If you need passage back to Korna, Darkmaster Alara will assist you. Alright, so they're saying, so while the other elders are like, no, we don't really, like, we should bow down and just give up or whatever, Elder Zul is like 100% convinced. He's like, yep, you know what, Varish is evil and we need to stop her. Like, this is not good. People are gonna keep dying, and she's, you know, we don't know what she's gonna do with these demons, but it can't, this is not good. This does not spell for like a bright future, right? So his thing is that the remaining Istani forces that they have now have to defend, because the Sunspears are shattered, right? And our forces are diminished. We had to travel back from Nundu Bay because we were so weakened at Gandhara, right? But Varish is going to be attacking us, right? She's going to be attacking us in full force, and they have to use the remaining ships that they have, the Istani fleet, to defend against not just the Corner forces, but also the Corsair forces, because they know that we're weakened as well. So they're also going to be coming here, and they're like, well, we can't help you guys anymore. We don't have any forces to spare. We have to go on the defense and really just like rally up and defend ourselves. But we do need help in this fight. So they're saying that, you know, the other province that's kind of stayed outside of all of this is Vabi. And they're like, well, you know, go to Vabi and convince these princes to help us. We need them. You know, so I guess I can ask him to go back to, okay, and then it brings us here. Yeah, so this is a challenge mission. So let's first read about the Venta Cemetery. We didn't do that earlier. Originally a graveyard reserved for Khornan slain by centaurs, Venta Cemetery has blossomed into a small walled town where market stalls share space with the headstones. While the occasional centaur will trade with two legs here, the gates are locked at night and guards are posted at the walls. So this is kind of like this was originally a graveyard for, you know, Khornan slain by centaurs, but occasionally now centaurs will venture down here into the Venta Cemetery, and they will do they will trade. So but yeah, anyways, and then we're at the Daishka Inlet. The settlement at Dashka I don't know, Inlet was destroyed not long ago by a centaur raid, but that hasn't kept the Corsair and smugglers out. Now a busy base of operations for any number of dastardly deeds. You best mind your manners in Dashka. Before the townsfolk there decide to educate you on Corsair etiquette. So this is a Corsair outpost, kind of again hiding away from like the main forces. So like they're all like hiding away in the like outskirts of Korna, like along the shore or whatever. While the Korna military has like these giant, like there's a garrison here, there's a garrison here. They have these giant garrisons. I think there's like one right here. You know, there's these huge garrisons all around. Oh, there was a garrison down here. So they have these huge garrisons positioned all around, but then there's like certain like hideouts along the coast that the Corsairs use. So this is like a little Corsair outpost. Yeah, and we have a little challenge mission here. So this is super fun, super cool and fun. Super cool and fun. Alright, we're gonna see how well Elias does in battle now. So, hi, Spear Marshal O'Reilly. You're just the strong adventurer I've been looking for. We've received word that the dastardly Corsairs are constructing guild halls on the nearby islands to stage raids on our ships and villages. This cannot stand. We must strike now and destroy their islands before they can amass a large force. It's kind of weird. It says Sunspear Captain, but he's like in Cornan outfit. Like this is a Cornan captain's outfit, so I'm not. I think that's what that is. It definitely is Cornan. I don't know if it's a captain's outfit, but it's kind of weird that he looks like that. But anyways, what challenge am I facing? The Corsairs are building guild halls on the nearby islands. We must act swiftly. We must travel to each island, defeat the guards, and make our way into the Corsair guild halls to kill their guild lords. Okay, interesting. Do you have any advice? The Corsairs are not a unified army, and you can never be sure what they're going to use against you. Disorganized miscreants they are. Expect to face a wide variety of strategies by fellows with stolen equipment. Okay. What is a challenge mission? A challenge mission is a competition to see who can score the most points. Challenge missions only end once your party is defeated. You can see how your score ranks against others by visiting the Keeper of Records in the challenge mission outpost. Okay. So there's a Keeper of Records somewhere around here. Yep, there we go. So there you go. There's some rankings. This is in the past 24 hours, monthly best and quarterly best. So quarterly best right here, 2,000 players acting decidedly sane. I mean, this is like really cool that people are still doing this. Modern Life has like ranked 3 times here. You know, you'll see the repeat guilds. There's only so many guilds out there now. Black Crows of Ascalon, that's kind of cool. I love it. Like legit is like probably legit guild 3. They have like a whole alliance that is like legit. And they're like I think they're like the biggest guild, I want to say right now. Legit, I want to say they have like, as you guys can see, legit, like there's a lot of them. So there's legit guild 2, and then daily. So maybe we can score, maybe we can place, guys. Let's try it out. As you guys heard, we have to go on like nearby islands. There's these random islands that are not shown, you know, wherever. They're around here somewhere. And Corsairs are building guild hall. And that means we have to storm and attack. Let's try it. Let's do it. Alright, so we have our own guild lord here. But yeah, we have to defend our... So this is kind of like a guild versus guild mission that we do. As you guys can see, portal to the next island. So there's 3 islands to go to. I think once we go to this, it's gonna repeat. So there's like 1, 2, 3, and then it loops back around to 1, 2, 3. I think that's how it goes. Until the time is... I think there's a time limit. I think it's like a 30-minute time limit. But I wanted to show this off. These are really cool, the little side missions. We didn't do those in Cantha. Cantha had a couple side missions. I would like to do them because here, and I'll talk about it a little bit once we go through. We might actually get it. There are specific rewards that you can get during these missions that are really, really kind of cool. There's something that I don't know. I kind of wish we had something like that in Guild Wars 2, but it's not really. I'll talk about it once we get there. But yeah, anyways, so defeat the guild lords. Oh, I guess there is no time limit. Okay, I thought there was a time limit, but I guess not. Good. No time limit. That means we can just move in and do our thing. Ooh, look, there's the flesh column. Alright. So, oh, I'm crippled. So we're slowly, we're gonna see how he does, how Elias does with his minions. He currently has 2 minions, but we're probably gonna see a lot more in the coming days, in the coming minutes, at least. Let's go for the doctor first. Because if we can get him dead... My forces are like all over the place right now. All right, Julio. Yeah, attack. Alright, there's the guild lord. Moving in slowly. Look at our melee army. We have minions, we have like 3 melee characters, we have my pet. Really good. Alright. Attack! Attack the guild lord. Alright, we did the guild lord. We defeated the guild lord. We did him in. Get the doctor, please. There we go. Oh no, the flash golem died. That's okay, he can summon a new one. Yeah, he's doing okay on... He's doing okay. On energy. I was thinking maybe he would run out of energy, but he's doing okay. He's doing just fine. Alright, so now we can go to the next island. And that's kind of the challenge that we have here. We can go and do this. I'm looking for a specific reward that will randomly drop and enter my inventory. That you can get around here. So I don't know where to go first. Maybe this one? I guess. This is where it becomes a little bit difficult because they're attacking us from above and we can't really reach them. See, Zenmai, she's running ahead because she's trying to get to this guy. So it's just a matter of trying to like not deal with that right now. Like we should be focusing. Yeah, Zenmai died, see? Because she was like running ahead. This is that's the difficulty. Like on a flat plane, this is not an issue, but when you don't have a lot of casters, this becomes kind of an issue a little bit. So, but we're doing okay right now. The problem is the minions are stuck down there because they want to fight those guys. So I don't know. That's good. Do they have a doctor here? I don't think they do. Oh, we do have a time limit. I thought we didn't have a time limit. I guess we do. I didn't even see that. I was like, oh, there was no time limit. No, there is. There is definitely a time limit there. Attack. Do it. Alright, cool. He did another one. And I guess we can storm the front. Can we storm the front? We can. There's a gate right there. Oh, we can't get out this way. Okay. Alright. guess I'll fight my way through here. I'll just go across the bridges. That way the area will be clear on my way back. So as you guys can see, you get a time limit of like however long we've been doing this, like 10 minutes or something, right? And people have gotten like 2,000 points. Like, that means they go in, right, and they're like organized. So you gotta imagine they probably go in with like a group of 8 human players, and they just split up, right? And they like have these like really good like solo builds or whatever, and they just split up and they just like kill everything and then like converge on the guild lord and then like move on, right, to the next thing. Like here, for example, we should have split into 2 different teams to attack both guild lords at the same time. That is the smartest way to do it. But yeah, so that's kind of, there's like a strategy to all these things. Elias is a little bit behind, but we're on a time limit, so I'm trying to like get through it as fast as I can. So he's gonna have to be behind, because he's like healing his minions and stuff. And that's okay. I mean, no big deal. Yeah, so this is the Vabian like looking guild hall part. So this is what Vabi looks like. So you guys can kind of used to it. There's some floating carpets that we walk across and stuff. It's really cool. So we're gonna see a lot of that going forward because we are going to Vabi. I don't know how far we're gonna get today. I don't know if we're gonna get into Vabi today. There's a couple of things we need to do to get there. And then there's the other guild lord right here. He's doing okay, so I kind of wanted to monitor. That's gonna be an okay build for now. I might change the minions around. I have a feeling that like, oh, and we get 60 seconds as a bonus when we kill a lord. That's nice. Yes. All right, so we can flee. We can now run to the next thing. I don't know. Does it teleport my entire party? I wonder how that works when you have human players. Like, does one human player walk into this and it teleports the entire party? Because see how it teleports my entire party and even my minions and everything? So that'd be interesting to know. Because they could have like one person just waiting at the gate or something, like rushing towards the gate. Or something, I don't know. But it's kind of cool. I really love that there's like leaderboards for these little challenge missions. You know, that gives you like something to do. I mean, Guild Wars 1 might not be like updated or like really supported that much anymore, but there's still like things to do. Like if enough people like go and they do these challenge missions, like that's interesting to me, you know? It's like seeing how well you can do. Especially I feel like maybe there hasn't been that much since the 10th and 15th anniversary, which added like skills and weapons and stuff. So there might be like new builds that might actually be better to be used in these challenge missions. There's so many different kinds of challenge missions too. So this is the Cornin guild hall looking thing. I think this is supposed to be Corna. Just, oh my god, there's so many enemies. Just attack anyone. Anyone and everyone. Just attack. Let's get the doctor actually, please. Like, healers are never good. Yeah, I might switch over the minions just because I don't think he summons enough. He only has 3 right now. So I think I'm gonna go with the one that summons 2 lower level minions because just I don't know if that's better or not. I don't know. I haven't looked at a like minion master build in a long time. Cool, yeah. And they're really good at maintaining masochism as well, which is really, really good. I mean, it only costs 5 and it lasts 38 seconds, so they will always have it up. They will always make sure that they keep that up. And this is like I think this is like the Corsair Guild Hall part. This is inside of like, yeah, so it's inside of the like rocky, whatever. So this is like the true. Like Corsair looking part. Hidden away in caves. And someone said the other day, like the orange look that like Margot Coast and like a lot of the areas, like even over here, that Corna has is like really cool. It is really cool and it's very unique. Let's go for the doctor here. We only have 23 seconds, so we're about to get kicked out anyways. So we got 91 points. I mean, we didn't get that many points. This is not the best group. This is not the most efficient group. I just have any heroes that I have right now. Obviously, like, this is not the best setup. They don't have any runes on them, any insignias on them. They don't have the best equipment, so... And we die. And for whatever reason, my Jagged Horror isn't it. Alright, so that was the little challenge mission. You get a set amount of time to do. I don't think we placed, unfortunately. What I was trying to do is you get these, like, rewards. Hero armor is what it's called, and I really was hoping that I would get some hero armor, but I gotta see if I have some. How many did we get? Didn't we get like 90 something? Or no, 90 points. No. Are we somewhere on here? Daily pass. Am I just not seeing my group? Am I not supposed to be on here? Do you have to like, wait. Because I'm not in a guild right now, so it should just say like... Why am I not in here? That's weird. And you get gold, by the way, for doing really well. Why didn't I get like, I got more than 0, so it should definitely be on here somewhere. Didn't we get like 60 something points? Why are we not on this? It's kind of weird. That's upsetting. So anyways, hero armor. You can go to this guy, and if you have, if we recover a set of stolen sensory armor from the Corsairs, I may be able to upgrade the armor of one of your heroes. Whose armor would you like? What about my other heroes? I can't help with any other heroes. So there's four that I could get here, for pretty much the people, like the early on people that joined the group. Where's the merchant? Oh, I'll sell some stuff. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get any. I don't want to get one, but I don't know. Really, like, I'll get myself that. Yes. I'm gonna sell everything. I don't care. I know I didn't identify anything, but sell it, please. Thank you. It's I want to see if I have any. Stolen. I do have 3 stolen Sunspear armor. So these kind of drop, and I think they automatically. I think you have a chance of having them drop when you defeat a guild lord. I want to say. I think there's a chance of these to drop from this challenge mission, and then you can use these to upgrade one of the So I think I'm gonna do Kostonkoro and Milani, because I just kind of keep these for whatever. But since this guy, we're going to be playing this guy a lot, like with, through the story and stuff, I kind of wanted to see. So, this doesn't actually upgrade their armor. This just gives them a different look. It's solely just fashion. It's solely just like, there's nothing to do with the strength of their armor or anything. It just makes them look different. It's like a fashion thing. So Kos, yeah, we're going to give him elite that, and we're going to do Donkoro, elite Sunspear armor, and then Milani, elite Sunspear armor. Okay? So now these guys look different. So now Kos, look at this. Kos gets like this cool, like, almost like a tarnished look to his armor with like this cool, like, longer sleeve on the right. Then we have Donkoro. He gets like a different, like, longer cape, and he gets like these shoulder things. And we can kind of see the difference as well in the command pose. So if we go to the command pose, we can kind of see, maybe they don't look like the new ones, or maybe they look, and Milani looks probably, is like the least difference. I think it becomes just more ornate, her outfit. It's before it's like a little plain, and then now it's a little bit more ornate. There's gonna be later on, there's challenge missions later that you can get where you can change the armor, and it looks like way different. It looks way different. Yeah, so this is what Donkoro looked like before. Some might even say that this looks better. I like the color combination of this more, because this is like very brown, right? Very brown and like beige and yellow, right? Where he has blue and beige and red and brown, right? And like he has all these different colors. So this is what he looks like now. You can kind of see him standing there. So that's his old outfit, new outfit. Kos has like a very white outfit early on, and now he's more tarnished. I do like his new one, with the longer sleeve. I think that looks kind of cool. And he gets rid of that little bit of red. I think there's like some environmental storytelling in his like design where like he has this like orangey, which is very like Cornet, right? This doesn't look like Sunspear. While he does sport the Sunspear symbol on this armor or whatever, but this looks very Cornet, right? With the little red and stuff. Like when you look at the Cornet armies, they have more of the red and orange look to them, which the Sunspears don't really have. This kind of, in my opinion, speaks a little bit to like, his heritage a little bit, which he kind of gets rid of all of that in the new look, in the new thing that he has there. And then Milani, this is what she looked like before. This is what she looks like now. Right? We have Milani. I can't really tell her where to go, but she keeps walking around. But yes, we see them both standing next to each other. Again, the new one might not be super different to the old one, and might not be a huge improvement, but there's going to be some later on that look really, really cool, just so you guys know. And I will try to get those as I can, as I can. I don't know. Those challenge missions are kind of annoying, but we're going to get better. Our group is going to get better. We're going to get better equipment. We're going to get better heroes. Like, while I like Jin as like a character, I think she's cool, but I just don't think she's like, Rangers are that great. Like, I would love to get a Mesmer in the group, or maybe another Necromancer, like a Curses Necromancer would be kind of cool. I would like to see that. So, something like that. We're gonna have to kind of see, which is unfortunate, and you guys will see why. Anyways, So let's talk to Dunkoro. So anyways, a little recon. The villages in the area showing elevated signs of unrest. Something significant must have happened, but everyone is too afraid to talk about it. There is a chatty herbalist over in Arctic Ward who might be able to tell us what's going on. I'm not sure how, but Koss knows this person, so take him along with you. Once you know what's afoot, report back to me immediately. We must go north through the fortress of Jahai to reach Vabi. There the mountains narrow and the Elon falls over the first great cataract. Once it was a clear passage, but the Cornins have built a fortress there and control the road. We need to find a way through it or around it. Just remember to keep your eye on Narashi. Her impulsive actions have a tendency to draw attention. Alright, so we're gonna do the little side quest first. I want to see what the recon mission is. I don't know what that is, so we're gonna do a little recon first. I'm trying to like kind of give you guys the whole Nightfall experience. Kind of go through, see all the different side missions. Not all of them. Like a lot of them are just kind of fetch quests. We saw that a lot in Cantha. That's why I didn't do a lot of the missions, the side quests in Cantha, because a lot of them are just like really like fetch questy. They're like these individual stories that really have nothing to do with the overarching plot. Where, like I said, in Nightfall, it kind of all like builds together in a weird way. You know, there's a Drake cage. What is that? Where is this herbalist? Way over yonder. Oh, I didn't. Hold on, let me. Sorry, guys. I wanted to change. Less skills. Skills. Let's do to animate 2 level 10. Let's do that. Or wait a minute. The problem is that this has a 25-second recharge. I think that's what's annoying me. So let's do just the Bone Horror. Let's do the basic. This is the basic minion that you get. Later on you get like, you know, you can unlock, like you can get all these other ones later. You can buy those obviously. But the basic one that you get for like being a necromancer is the Bone Horror. And those are like the main ones. I really wish we could minions, like necromancer minions in Guild Wars 2 were like different, a little bit different. I don't know. I wish they functioned a little bit more how they do in Guild Wars 1. Where you like just keep conjuring them. They're not just like, oh, they're here and they like kind of exist and they run around with you. Like a little bit more of control over what they do or something. Not what they do, but like how you summon them or something. I don't know how they would make that a thing. Right. Let's try out this new skill, his new skills. I want to see how he does, because he's going to be, I think he's going to be consuming a lot more energy now that this is a 5-second cooldown. Which means he's probably going to have a full array of minions in a second. Like, I think it's going to cause him to just cast it more often, which is good, because we want that. We want him. He's going to summon, they always summon the Flesh Golem first. They do prioritize that, which is good. And then he's going to summon a Bone Fiend. So that is the Bone Horror, not Bone Fiend. Bone Fiend is a different minion. He's not summoning anything, I don't know why. Does he have to be out of battle, out of combat to do it? I don't know. Oh, he's summoning them now. There's nothing to fear. That's right. They take less damage, but it's super good. I mean, that's like really, really good. I'm gonna have to figure out something with energy though, since the blood is power didn't work out for me. I'm gonna have to find a different way to work a little bit on my energy. I need to replace one of my skills to give me something that does energy, something with energy, you know. So I'll be looking into that. Lord of the Natuka. Let's kill him. He's not summoning a lot of enemies or minions. His corpse is everywhere, but he's not utilizing them. Where am I going? Okay, sorry, I like blanked out for a second. I was like, where am I heading to? Oh yeah, so what do you guys think we're gonna get for the next week for our little, you know, we learned about Warclaw. There's not that many subjects left. There's not that many things that they can talk about. Raid convergences. What else could they be doing? What else could they be talking about? Raid convergences for Janthia Wells. I'm trying to think. Because they've given us like lore info, map info. They've talked about spears, you know, excessively. I don't know what else they could. So as you guys can see, they never even. He doesn't even get full. See, and they're dying really quickly as well. So it might be worth just getting really the level 10 ones. Alright, Herbalist, Umjabenjabdija. I do not know how to pronounce that at all. Alright. I see you as Ka, so I probably shouldn't even be seen talking to you, but you might be the only one who can help. Last night, Cornan troops marched in and rounded up the most vigorous young men in each village. The Cornans are marching them to the garrison nearby to replace lost troops. The families are upset, but there's nothing they can do. Perhaps you could create a diversion so that these young men can get away. I know most of these boys. They're good lads and don't deserve impressment. Impressment? I've never even heard of this word. So what's happening is, like I said, Bale is on this like warpath, right? He's like done with the Sun Spears. He's like down with them. We want to kill them. You know, and they're escaping us at every turn. And so now he, you know, the ones that they lost, you know, at the fight of Gandhara and in between, you know, the little attacks that we've had, he's looking to replace all his troops by just picking up whatever young men he can find in the countryside, right? In like all these different villages and stuff in Korna, and he's picking them up and saying, "You're coming with me, and you're becoming a soldier," because he's just trying to keep his numbers steady, growing, whatever. And just use that to like crush us once and for all, you know, which is just very oppressive and just not good for anyone and everyone. Zenmai died. I don't even know how. My pet died. That's sad. Oh my god, these guys are strong. Holy crap. So losing a healer was kind of it was very bad for us, right? Like, oh my god, it's dead. I might have to rethink the constitution, the way I've constructed this group. Because I'm thinking right now, so that's why I was quiet for a second. So the thing is, maybe the minion master, whatever, idea isn't the greatest. Maybe I should go back to having him be a healer. But then maybe take one of these healers and do something else with them. Like, having 3 healers in the group is a lot. I want to see how they are energy-wise, because now that I don't have Blood is Power in there anymore, I wonder if they're doing okay. Alright, let's free these. Did you hear that? Soldiers on the march, we must be close. Alright, let's free these guys. They're letting the villagers catch their breath. That gives us a moment to assess the enemy. We're assessing them in person. Low combat ought to make the perfect diversion. Alright, let's attack them. Corn and Captain. Who goes there? I love that he's in a different color than the other. Who goes there? Good afternoon, good soldiers. I'm a local blacksmith. Perhaps you'd like to sample my wares? I mostly deal in steel. Cold, deadly steel. Alright, and they attack. Hover over all the names to make them all evil. Show that they're all evil. Alright, and the young men are running away. Get away, guys. Run away. Do your thing. Remove hex. Remove all conditions. So she runs a little bit into energy management, I want to say, problems. Alright, we did it. I'm gonna try out the other one. I'm gonna try out these guys. Alright, the villagers are overjoyed to be reunited with their loved ones, but many fear the corner military will carry out reprisals? They're blaming the death of the captain and her men on the Sunspears. Let them blame us. We can bear the burden. We can. They already hate us, so what's the difference now? Mustache Jenkins? He does have a mustache. Alright, so next up, Tiv Abbey. Alright, so we kind of figured out what's going on. So Jahai Bluffs, we're going to Jahai Bluffs now. And Narashi, you know, as you guys know, she's kind of this, she's been this force, right? She's kind of been this force of nature running around, like, scouting the whole of Korna and, like, doing something over here and doing something over here and doing something over here and telling us, like all these things that are going on. But she is, we're kind of going with her. She's right here, to figure out what we can do, you know, like how to proceed past the fortress of Jahai. Okay. So Dakaro said, what about me? If anything, his harebrained schemes are liable to backfire on us more than anything I do. Well, let's waste no time more with idle chatter. Okay? So there is the monument to Palawa Joko. It's down there. But we're not going there. So we're kind of figuring out how to get north. We need to get past the Fortress of Jahai in the Jahai Bluffs. And we're just going to kind of take a look at what the area has in store for us. We're still getting Sunspear points, which is good. We're not done with Korna yet. And we're not, I don't think we're even close to, like, it might sound like we're going to Vabi and we're going to Vabi soon, but we're actually not. We're actually, we're kind of dealing with, oh, I'm going to go over there because there's a treasure right there. It sounds like we're going to Vabi pretty soon, but we're not. Again, this is kind of like, if we were in Kantha, we would be going to Vabi in the next mission, right? Like, that would be it. Like, we're like, we'd be moving on right now. But we're not. We're gonna continue through Korna a little bit. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of venture around here a little bit still. We're gonna explore more, going like further north. Not further north, but like in this area that we haven't really been to. Right, there's the treasure. So these treasure chests, you can find these. There's certain locations. I did show you guys one in Istan. I think they reset on a weekly basis, and you can get anything from like, I think you can get like crafting materials. You can get like keys out of it. You can get a lot of money out of it. You can get a lot of. I think you have a chance of getting like high-ranking like. Items out of it and stuff. So. Of course, there's Cornins around because it's right in the back of the garrison. We're gonna be knocking on the door. There is an immolated Jinn here, which is kind of scary to think about because those things are strong. Oh god, and their siege can hit us inside these walls. Interesting. Sun-touched shield. Alright, I got a shield, guys. Requires 10 command. Wall hexed for slashing. Nothing that great. I mean, we have the exalted shield, which is 1 less command requirement, and it's just straight up better. I mean, hexed. You're not hexed all the time to count on being like. I get it, like getting hexed and getting more energy or more health because you're hexed is kind of nice, but. You're not always hexed, so it's not something you can always count on. You don't know which enemies are going to hex you. So that's not something that I can say it's like good. And then armor versus slashing damage is very specific as well. You don't know which enemies are going to be slashing damage. And I think I don't know what the majority of damage type is that you get in this game. But having like armor against. The thing is, having armor against a specific type of damage is very good if you're looking to do specific content, right? If you're looking to do something where you know all of these enemies are all doing slashing damage, so I want to have my armor be good against slashing, right? It's very specific for the situation. But since we are traveling across the entire continent and we're going to encounter all kinds of different enemies and do all kinds of different missions and stuff, it's not good to specify in something like that, so. Alright, there's Jahai right there. Build where Tuare Asa defeated Palawa Joko. It looks to be superbly guarded. Of course, it's probably the largest fortress that they have beside, I think so. Yeah, it is the largest fortress beside Gandhara, right? Like beside Gandhara, it's the largest. So we're gonna kind of just observe this a little bit. It is super heavily guarded. And there's a lot of elite troops at a super high level as well. So I think for our current group, it's almost impossible to get through, I want to say. I mean, it feels like it is, but yeah, I don't know. See, that's the problem with having someone that makes minions. It takes forever for them to follow you. Oh boy. Intercourse. Defend yourselves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about like maybe I should become a little bit supportive. While I do like command. Oh, I didn't go to where I needed to go. See, we're kind of hiding behind these rocks and scouting them out. Narashi says, "Gods, this place is bursting at the seams of troops. There's definitely no way through." There is a way through, but again, they're kind of like trying to steer the plot away from that. Like I could force my way through it by dying over and over again, but what she's saying, like, look at these elite guards. They're level 22. There's a crap ton of them. They're everywhere, and it continues all the way through. So it's literally murder to go through there and do that. So, yeah. So just so you guys know, the next time we stream this, I don't know if I'm gonna stream this tomorrow or whatever. I might have a different build. I might kind of look into doing something a little different. I mean, leadership is nice, so you know, I'm glad that I chose that for the thing here. You know, because leadership is the one that gives me energy. So leadership we're gonna have a lot of anyways. But I might look into like not doing command, but doing maybe motivation. I might do motivation, guys. I don't know, because I'm thinking of like doing some more defensive stuff, right? Doing a little bit of defensive stuff would be kind of nice. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. I'm also looking into. I'm gonna be looking into like what elite armor we can get, maybe. I mean, or elite, not elite armor, but elite skill. I want to have an elite skill. I'm gonna look that up right now after this mission is done. Because I want to see like what elite skills I can get around here, if there is one. This armor wise, because armor wise, yeah, leadership is the only thing I really need. The rest is so yeah, leadership I'm keeping for the energy, and then I could take command away. All right, so there's a Mirza Veldrunner. There's some centaurs that are captured by Cornans. Okay, so the Cornan guard says, "Move it, centaur scum." And Mirza Veldrunner says, "My pride will not stand for this." And Narashi says, "I know that centaur. That's Mirza Veldrunner. They must have captured him and his warriors. They were treated as slaves, worked to exhaustion, and then death. What an atrocity." So the Cornan troops have been on a warpath with the centaurs as well. We kind of heard a little bit about that with the Ventar Cemetery. But yeah, so they're kind of like dealing with that right now. And so now we have this random stranger. Who is this guy? This guy? Oh no, these guys are attacking us. Okay, so yeah, the commander says, the corner commander right here says, "Sun spears," and Narashi says we'd best silence these fools before we head back, because we were just kind of scouting the area. Alright, so we've scouted the area, and we've gotten some information. So let me look at some elite skills. Let's see. So incoming is command, though, and that is probably the best one to use. Leadership. Okay. So leadership doesn't really have anything good. It has Angelic Bond, which is the next time an ally would take fatal damage, that damage is negated and they're healed. but then it ends on all the other allies. So you would have to like cast it right before you see someone dying, and then that would like not prevent that from happening. But that's kind of situational. Again, it's like I can't work off of like thinking that my team is gonna die constantly. Then we have Anthem of Fury, which is more adrenaline for people. Defensive Anthem, party members in earshot have 50% chance to block. Ends when hitting with an attack skill. So that's kind of nice for all the ones like the healers and stuff in the group, but we have a lot of people in the group that use an attack skill. So it would only work for like half of the group, and it costs 10 energy to cast, so it's a little iffy on that. Focused anger is more adrenaline. That's kind of weird. Heroic refrain we can't get yet. That's gonna be later on. That's gonna be definitely the one I want to get, but that's not gonna be. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be later on. Soldier's Fury, you attack faster and gain more adrenaline if you're under the effects of a shout or chant, but you have negative 20 armor. It's a little iffy. Motivation, remove all conditions from target ally. That ally moves 25% faster if a condition was removed. Cannot self-target. Again, very specific. I mean, you know, conditions. The thing is, like, I have Talcora right now removes conditions, but she removes all of them on a target, so that's a lot better than like removing one. Oh, it's actually remove all conditions. I'm sorry, but still, it's kind of like I don't know. Conditions aren't what's really killing me, right? Allies within earshot gain energy regeneration. The power is yours. That's kind of nice. I do like that. That's might be something I'm looking because it doesn't even cost energy. It's just adrenaline. Song of Restoration, that's kind of nice. Party allies in earshot gain health with their next skill. That's kind of nice. And there's only, honestly, guys, there's only 2 Spear Mastery Elite Spear attacks. Which is kind of crazy to think. And they're actually not that great. So it's kind of weird. So incoming we can't get yet. Oh, this is Soldier's Fury is much later on. This is also later. This is also later. None of you can't get anything right now? That is so weird. These like no. I'm trying to see like which ones I can get. Is there a way to look by region? Get those 2 elite skills by region? Maybe? By capture location. Oh, perfect. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is exactly what I want, guys. Holy crap. I can't believe they have that. Kaining City. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Cruel Spear is the only thing I can get right now. Is that right? It is. Oh no, Crippling Anthem is another one I can get. Okay, it's not that great though. This is also not great. Although the effect extends beyond party rate, it only goes as a Cautery Signet. All party members lose all conditions. You're set on fire for 1 second for each condition removed this way. It's not even that great. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna go without an elite skill for now. It's kind of sad that we can't get anything right now. That's kind of sad. But oh well. Nonetheless, I might look into doing motivation instead. Nonetheless, let's see if we can get some. Now that we have some money, first of all, let's turn in. Let's go to Lonai and turn that in, and see if we can't find. I saw there was a skills person. Now that well, that is worrisome. I can see that a frontal assault on a heavily fortified location like the fortress of Jahai would be folly. I'm surprised you made it back. You shouldn't worry me so. You won't believe this. While you were gone, a centaur somehow infiltrated the command post. He hasn't threatened anyone yet, but I'm worried he might. He's pretty angry and doesn't seem to like humans. He refuses to talk with anyone but you. You'd better see what he wants before he gets violent. Okay. So there's a centaur that has now come here. Why? That's very interesting. I saw a skills person here earlier, so they'll probably have the newest stuff. Hello. Hello. Motivation. Uses a spell that ally gains. Takes damage. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Depends on a target. On target that allies healed. Wait, is the... For 10 seconds, the next time each ally within earshot uses a spell, that ally gains 1 energy. For 10 seconds, the next time each ally within uses an attack skill, that ally. Oh, okay, interesting. So... I don't like the specific targeting ones. Let's see, oh. Oh. This is, okay, this is an energy management thing. I could put that in. Target other allies if you're not under effects of enchantment, you're also healed for 40. Okay. Uses a spell. Trying to figure out. Thing is, this is like really cheap to use. Help me for 1 second. You gain for 1 second other allies a spell targeting. All allies within earshot and below 75% health gain 1 energy. Huh. Trying to figure out what I'm doing. Problem is energy. I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna take out Never Rampage alone. It's so expensive. And I know that that helps my pet attack faster, but I could just get something. See, that's the thing. I could just use this, which does exactly the same thing. For just my pet, right? Like I could buy that. And then that way I don't have to, like, that would save me 5. And it's a shout too, so I would actually get energy from using that. Yeah, so that's much better. Because my attack doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how fast I attack. So I'm gonna try to use energizing cores as much as I can. Actually, I'm gonna keep that, yeah, like that. So that's a little defensive. I wonder, it makes like a difference if I. Probably not. I'm gonna try it like this. But then I need to change my shield. Do I have a motivation shield? I do have a motivation shield. Do I have another motivation shield? I have another command shield. Let's try to figure this out. Yeah, I guess I'm. Alright, so I'm gonna put that exalted back. So we now have a different shield. I have. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's fine. I want to do a little bit of damage with my auto attacks, so I want to at least have the 9 spear mastery there, 9 motivation there to wield this. So that's our new shield. It's this black, gold, orange looking thing. Cinder's Aegis, which is it's an Eye of the North item actually. I think. I want to shade-ish. Alright, so we're gonna try this, a little bit of a different build, and see if my energy kind of works out a little bit better, and if this helps. I just, a little bit of more defensive stuff. Not necessarily that much more, but like a little bit more defensive stuff. And I am changing that back, because these guys, I think, die really, really fast. I'm gonna do this. That is expensive, but he's okay on energy. That's the one thing that he has. It's kind of like a lot of energy. So I think he'll be okay. Alright, we just kind of change some stuff around here. I think Call of Haste I'm gonna just put to the front because I'm just gonna maintain it as much as I can. My enemy, my animal attacks faster and is faster. Alright. Alright, let's see who this centaur is. And it is Zed Shadowhoof. Okay. Hello. Humans, they always think the world turns on their shoulders. The centaur people know secrets you cannot fathom. Our warriors blaze through battle like fire on the dry plain. Your kind can enslave us, but never shall you break our spirits. We fear nothing beneath the open sky. Alright? I need to speak with you, Two Legs. I am Zed Shadowhoof of the Veldrunner, the last free centaur pride in Elona. Our leader, Mirza Veldrunner, has been captured and is enslaved at the Cornan work camp in Dejarin Estate. I have heard of your struggle against Verishasa. If you're truly sincere in your motives, I ask, no, demand that you and a contingent of your finest accompany me on a rescue mission to free our leader. Otherwise, I will go alone, and if captured, I will be forced to disclose your location. Gather your party and go to the Jahai Bluffs. I will be there with an informant who will escort us past the guards at the Condor Crossroads. Fight alongside us, or the Cornin dogs will learn of your hideout. Which outcome do you prefer, Two Legs? So he's blackmailing us. His leader, we saw his leader get taken, and he now wants to take his leader back. And he says if we don't agree, then he will let the Cornets know where we are hiding, and we don't want that. So we don't have much of a choice, and we have to go and follow him and do what he says. So, and we have a gentleman here named the Master of Whispers. All right, hello, Master of Whispers. No need to introduce yourself. I know exactly who you are and what you're capable of. Half the people you've met in Istan work for me, whether they realize it or not. My name? That is unimportant. All you need to know is that I am an ally, and that I know as much about our enemy as I do about you. Okay? Zed and I have shared interests. He needs to free his noble centaur leader, and I need a certain overbearing overseer taken care of. Zed has an ally outside Kodonor Crossroads. Together, they've come up with a plan to deceive the Cornins. Follow their instructions. I wish you luck if that is something you believe in. So, Master Whistler says, Zed, it is time we commenced. Here's the layout of the estate. Join these humans. You will need to work together. And Zed says, why? They are the two-legged, weak, inferior. And the Master says, it is the only way you will have my help. It is up to you, Zed. And he says, fine. We will see how much of a mistake this is, Two Legs, when all is said and done. And the Master says, now continue on like we discussed. I will contact you both later. So the Master of Whispers seems to be kind of using us as well for his own, he's kind of like, oh, I need a certain overseer taken care of, blah, blah, blah. But we all have like a common interest. We all want to defeat Varish. These are really long recharges on these. So whether that is good or bad, I don't know, but it's a lot of long recharges. So I might get rid of this because it looks like energy-wise I'm doing good, but I could place something else in there. I would have to like look to see exactly. Sorry guys that we're doing this in between, but that's kind of part of Guild Wars 1 as well. So for those of you that don't play Guild Wars 1, a huge part of it is like the build crafting. How you manage your party, how you kind of like certain things that you use, how you use them, yada yada yada, that sort of stuff. And there's so many different group compositions. Like if you take Guild Wars 2, for example, it's kind of that on a scale of times 8, right? Where like you sit there and you come up with a build, but now you have to come up with 8 builds that all work in tandem with each other, right? So it's almost like you're trying to build a raid group. Like imagine it that way, right? For those of you that raid in Guild Wars 2, it's like you're trying to build a raid group, but instead of you just picking other people to join your team, you're the one picking the group. Like you're using your own NPCs to build a raid group, right? And like make a good composition out of it. So I'm trying to see. I'm using that already. Maybe have Mending Refrain in there if one of my allies really needs some help. Elias has losing minions, but that's okay. He's lagging behind because he has to take care of his minions. I don't even know where they are. There. Just gonna kill that group real quick. Oh, go for the eyes. I need to get rid of that. I don't know why I still have that in. That's a command, and I mean, it still gives me 30 50% chance to do a critical, but I don't think that's really that great. That's kind of a way to manage my energy, but if I can have something else. Maybe I could do another pet shout. Something that's something because I mean we could do something with that. Because there's plenty of shouts that have to do with pets, so maybe I could do that, because that kind of that's where the synergy kind of comes from the different classes a little bit. My Little Pony, Zed, yes, I love him. I'm excited to kind of deal with him. Do you actually have to finish the blackmail mission, or can you ignore it without consequences? I have to finish. It's part of the main quest, so it is. Primary quests are what I have to do, so I unfortunately have to. There's nothing I can do. This happens just in the regular story of Nightfall. Anyone that plays through the Nightfall story will have to go through this. It's just part of the of what this is all about. All right, so we have another centaur here. See, and he's like a different color. He's like more green, whereas that is like this weird, like bluish looking, almost like gray bluish or whatever. This guy's like green. This is Codonor Crossroads. Beyond is the Dejarin estate, a large agricultural farm formerly under the control of the Dejarin family, but now controlled by the Cornan government. They use captured centaurs as forest laborers in the fields. Okay. All right, so we're here with Zed, and we're gonna find out what the plan is now. What are we doing?
So what's this plan of yours?
It is simple, Two Legs. We surrender to the Cornins.
Surrender? Have you lost your mind?
Hardly. Once we surrender, they will lock us up in a pen in the work camp. We then free ourselves and rescue the other centaurs.
I don't know why there's like earthquakes
And how would
happening.
we free
But...
ourselves if we're locked up?
My friend Haraj Firemane is trusted by the guards. They believe his will to be broken. He has acquired a single key, which he will use to release us.
How do we know you and your friend won't just turn us in?
You don't. You'll have to trust me.
We have to trust a centaur who doesn't trust us.
Yes. Ironic, isn't it?
All right, so the idea is very risky. Okay, so the idea is that we surrender to the Cornins and they lock us up. And then this Harosh Firemane that is supposed to be he's a centaur that the Cornins kind of let do whatever because they think that his will is broken and he's not fighting them anymore. So he kind of has like free reign of the estate a little bit. He can kind of walk around and they kind of trust him not to like have to be, they don't lock him up because they're just like, well, he doesn't do anything anyways. But he actually is in the background. He's helping Zed. So the idea is that we get locked up. Then this Harosh Firemane is going to give us a key while we're locked up, let us out, and then we can proceed to help free the centaurs, right? But the idea is like, you know, we're putting a lot of trust into these centaurs that don't trust us at all, that have nothing. I mean, from the first moment we met, Zed was like literally just blackmailing us. He was just hate speech. You know, all these things like he doesn't like humans, but then we have to help him nonetheless, right? And it's all very fishy and it's very like, okay, what's going on here, right? But nonetheless, we have no other choice because if he reveals our location, the remaining sensory forces are kind of screwed. And we're kind of a little bit also the diversion for, remember, we're also kind of helping Istan, right? Like, because we're keeping the Cornan forces occupied by doing our little incursions into Cornan land so that they don't muster an attack towards the Istani Isles and the, you know, the Sunspear forces that are here, as well as the like civilians and like the just the Istani people in general that have been pretty much are like friends, right? That like we have lived alongside on the Istani Isles for a long time. So it's kind of like in our best interest to kind of do all these things, to kind of work together and stuff. This is the entrance to the Cornin work camp. If you don't have business here, move along. So one of the embattled races, one of the embattled race of centaurs that has little love for those not of his pride. He sees his people as morally superior to the encroaching humans. So Zed actually joins the group, which is really interesting. So we have Zed. We need to have him in the group. So I think I'm gonna take out Jin. I don't think she's the greatest. So we're gonna add Zed in there. Zed is not okay. I thought that everyone is gonna be level 20. We're gonna have him in the group. He's really cool. He's an elementalist and he uses water magic. He has a water magic staff. And he kind of it's kind of weird. They don't like these are not good skills, and it's kind of random. Like all the stuff that they give him. There's not even anything damage wise. There's a little bit of damage here, and that's it. So it's kind of weird what they give him here. And they give him earth magic. And he, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So he's supposed to be a mixture of water and earth. We're just going to do water with him. Yeah, this is good. So we're going to do Aura of Restoration. I have a lot of water spells, which is good. So we want to have Aura of Restoration, which gives us energy. But then we also want to get Water Attunement, which is, again, it's not a mechanic in Guild Wars 1, having the attunements, but they're actually enchantment spells that you put on yourself, and that actually helps you gain more energy based off of which attunement, which type of magic you use. And we're going to be using water magic. Send out a fast-moving water trident, striking target foe and up to 2 for 69 cold damage if it hits. If it hits a moving foe, that foe is knocked down. Shatterstone. Target foe is struck for 80 cold damage. And it's Hex with Shatterstone for 3 seconds. When Shatterstone ends, that foe and all nearby foes are struck for 80. I think I like Water Trident. I think I'm gonna do Shatterstone. Because there is something. Where is the? So a lot of the elementalist spells kind of work off of each other. A lot of the water spells work in the sense that they are hexes. So you can see that by the arrow down. That means that that's the purple arrow down is a hex. So there's a lot of different hexes that they have in the water spell thing or whatever. And a lot of them work in the sense that, like, if an enemy is already hexed with a water spell, there's something else that happens, kind of thing. So you can kind of chain some of these water spells together. So that's really, really nice. Target foe and adjacent foes are struck for 64 cold damage and move slower. Moving slower is kind of nice. This does cost a lot. I'm gonna get another. That's why I'm kind of focused on the energy here a little bit, because the thing is that the elementalist skills, as you guys can see, consume a lot of energy. A lot of them consume a lot of energy. And there's also Overcast, which Overcast is another mechanic that you can kind of play off of. I like to not use Overcast because Overcast is so you guys can kind of see, so it costs 10, but then there's a 5 Overcast, which means that for a certain amount of time, your maximum energy is going to be reduced by 5 points. And it takes some time to gain not just regular energy back, right, from the 10 that you've used, but also to gain back these 5 overcast energy. So it kind of limits, and if you go down, you know, if you keep using it over and over again, you can shrink down your overall energy. And there are certain things that you can play with as an elementalist. That's what makes elementalist so really interesting in Guild Wars 1, because there's so many different ways that you can play it, right? Because you can make like an earth mage that deals with like defensive, or you can do a water mage that deals with like hexing enemies and like slowing them down and stuff like that, or you can do fire where you deal with burning or just pure damage or whatever, right? But then there's also like underlying things where you can kind of deal a little bit with like I said, the water magic kind of chaining together based on the hexes, or you can do, you know, this overcast thing. Like I think there's a lot of air magic that deals with like overcast, I want to say. Like it says like if you have more foe there, I think there's like certain ones, I think there's like certain ones that are like if the enemy's overcast, it does like extra damage or something. It's really cool. I'm trying to find some of those, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna concentrate on this. Send out an ice spear, striking target foe for 46 cold damage if it hits. If you're overcast, you gain +3 health regeneration for 5 seconds. So again, this kind of plays into the overcast mechanic. So if you have a little bit of overcast, so Icy Prism would be an overcast skill. Target foe struck 59 cold damage. If that foe has a water damage hex, Icy Prism deals +54 cold damage to all other nearby foes. So do you guys see how you can kind of chain this together? So you cast this, right? And you give them like, for a set amount of time, you give them a hex on them, right? And this will cause like, and then you can use something after that that causes something else to happen, right? So Maelstrom is really strong, but it costs a lot of energy and has a ton of overcast. For 10 seconds, foes adjacent to that area are struck for 21 cold damage each second, and they interrupt. So every second, it interrupts in an AOE. There's like an AOE interruption, which is kind of nice, but it does cost a lot of energy. So I don't think I'm going to use that, but I might use Icy Prism. If used correctly, this could be good. I'm gonna have to kind of look at the overcast and see how that works. This is really cool. Steam. Target foe struck for 49 cold damage. If target foe is on fire, Steam blinds that person for 9 seconds. So that's kind of nice. So Swirling Aura is really good because it gives you 5 health regeneration and 50% chance to block projectiles for 5 seconds. But if you are overcast, this happens to all party members in earshot. So that's really good. But again, I don't really want to depend on that, you know. Winter's Embrace. What am I? I'm also looking. There's a spell that I can. Where's the? So every. Is it? No. Wait. Where's the? Doesn't every. Really? No. Oh, glowing ice is what it is. So every. Again, every elemental magic category also has a spell that deals with energy. It's a low cast energy, like kind of like your fireball kind of thing, right? It's your bread and butter. It does like basic, it's almost like instead of auto attack, you use this. So right here we have glowing ice, which target foe is struck for 38 cold damage. It's not a lot of damage. If that foe is under the effects of a water magic hex, you gain 5 energy plus 1 energy for every 2 ranks of energy storage. Meaning that I would get right now like an extra 5 plus 5 energy. So I would get 10 energy. It does cost 10 energy, but it does give me you know, 5 surplus, like, you know, right there. So struck for 65 and for 10 seconds. So there, yeah, 10 seconds is kind of nice, but it does cost 25. See, it's like you want to chain together. You want to chain together as many hexes as you can, kind of thing. Send out. So I do want to have glowing ice. I'm gonna look. What is this? Send out an ice shot that strikes damage if it hits and causing target to move slower. Oh, this is kind of nice instead of that. But now we don't have anything that deals with. I'm gonna have something that deals with like while an enemy is hacked. Is it ice spear? No. Oh, I do have one that does right there. Okay, we're gonna kind of just try this and see how this works out. I don't know. We're gonna have to kind of manage the energy and stuff. But yeah, so I like to have different elemental things. There are certain fire damage obviously is the most, or fire magic is the like most damage that you can do in any given like, you know, in a setting. You know, you would if you're looking for pure damage, you would have all fire. And there's actually like really interesting builds that I have kind of made myself that where you can take there's a certain fire elemental elite skill. I think it's mind burn as a target bone on adjacent foes take if you have more energy. No, searing flames. That's what it is. Searing flames. So it does cost a lot, but searing flames, target foe and all nearby foes are struck with searing flames. Foes already on fire when the skill is cast are struck for 10 fire damage. Obviously this is at level 1 fire or level 0 fire magic. If I was at level 15 fire magic, for example, or whatever, you know, like super high rank, this would do a lot more damage. This does a lot of damage. You know, foes not already on fire begin burning. So it does a ton of damage. And if you have like 3 or 4 elementalists and they all cast searing flames on an enemy, right? They cause burning. Like the first searing flames cause burning, right? Which means that every subsequent searing flames that you cast will do fire damage in an area around because this foe is already on fire, right? So you can kind of chain this together if you have a lot of fire damage in your group. So, and obviously, like, you know, there's so many things like liquid flame. You know, there's so many things that set enemies on fire. Like, it's crazy. Immolate right there is set your enemy on fire. Incendiary bond, I think, does set them on fire. Right? There's so many different things that you can do that you can just like set enemies on fire with. So we're gonna kind of see. Shatterstone is pretty strong. I mean, that's 80 damage, and then 3 seconds later it does another 80 damage, and that's in a small AoE around. Shatterstone, just so you guys know, in Guild Wars 2 is actually the Scepter 2 on water magic. You put the little Shatterstone and it does the same thing. It does an initial you know, you cast it and it does an initial attack, and then after a couple of seconds, I think they shortened this time now. It used to be 3 seconds, but I think they shortened it down to like 1 second now or something. It explodes again and does like a little AoE of damage. So it's the same thing right there. It looks obviously graphical wise, it's very different. But anyways, so let's go into enough about that. Oh wait, before I do that, sorry guys, let's go back to seeing if I can have a pet, right? The whole idea is if we wanted to use our pet and only have 1 pet skill. So maybe if I can get rid of, go for the eyes and do something else. Do a stance, pet attack. Ah, man, we don't have anything else that's pet like. Maybe we have a, do I have a tome? Maybe I have a tome, guys. Let's see. Oh, I have 1 elite ranger tome. Really? An elite ranger tome? Interesting. No, I don't want that. Really? I don't have any other... Nope. I sure don't. Oh, yes, I do. Aha, I lied. I was like, I really thought I did. And I do. So I'm gonna look for shouts. See if there's any other... Because I know there was other shouts, right? Shout. For 18 seconds, your animal companion gains 24 armor and cannot be blocked. Oh, that's actually nice. Because you guys saw that you know, I talked about how the archers and stuff in the Cornin army, they block a lot of stuff, so that's gonna be really good. So, and we have a ton of ranger revive animal, resurrect all nearby allied animal communities. They come back to life. Oh, okay, cool. Stance, pet attack, shout. For 216 seconds, your animal companion gains 2 health regeneration, and half of the damage dealt to your animal companion is redirected to you. For 216 seconds? Why is that such a weird number? That's a long time. That's a long time. Why is it like that? It's kind of weird. But that's okay. That's not even that great, honestly. So we have predatory bond. We could use that. I think I'm gonna just use the what is it? I don't know how to pronounce that. O2, O2, OT. I don't know. However you pronounce that, instead of go for the eyes, because that's command. So. Okay. I love that. That's a cool icon. Super aggressive. Alright. Awesome. Alright. Let's see. Let's get captured by the Cornins and then see. We're Sunspears. Varish has defeated us. We're hungry and cold and we're here to surrender. Surrender? Are you serious? This is great. I'll get a promotion for sure. Alright. So this guy's gonna take us captive. And let's see what that means. So remember, guys, we only took back part of this land. But strangely enough, the part that we took back, that's where we're actually imprisoned. Do you guys see that? We're like actually like right in prison. So from up here, remember how we scouted around? And this was the parcel of land that we had to free. But I don't know, for whatever reason, we're captured in here. So the corner guard says another double shift. I don't get it. We've got enough guards here to storm Istan. And the taskmaster says we can't take any chances, so shut your mouth. Or me and my cell keys will shut it for you. And the guard says, shove your keys in your pocket. I'm taking a break. Well, Zed, is this part where we trust? Is this the part where we trust you? I'm gonna pull this stuff up to make. All right, there's Harash Firemane. Hi, let me get you out of here and we can free the rest as planned. Come now, you did not really think I would turn you over to the Cornins, did you? I would die before I gave those dogs what they want. And it's kind of weird because he would give himself over as well. I think I can... These are the two that were standing in front of the thing. They're now enemies, and I want to kill the Taskmasters for keys. Defeat Cornin Taskmasters to get cell keys. Free additional forces to bolster yourself against the enemy, so... Alright, we got a cell key. Okay, so... those holding cells can be unlocked, Zed says this. These holding cells can be unlocked with the keys the Cornin Taskmasters carry. Do what you must to get those keys, Two Legs. The bloodier, the better, but do not make much noise. Oh, we're getting attacked from behind. Go for the priest first, everyone. So he is overcast, but he seems to not overuse it. And I think he does good damage. So I think this is good. I think I'm gonna keep him. I've really needed someone that like could do like consistently good damage and like really do some like significant, like really get in there. And I feel like we kind of have this now a little bit in the group. might replace this because this is only used by me and Koss. This is like lowering the next attack that I'm or the next shout or chant by five energy. Kind of a little bit of a overkill there. All right. So I freed one of the centaurs. So the idea is to free all of them. I think that's the bonus. I can't free this guy. I gotta find another taskmaster. So the idea is to run around, find as many taskmasters as you can, and free them. So why is he running so low on energy? There's a taskmaster right there. Get him! Okay, is there... Okay, there's definitely a healer here. I'm like, these guys are not dying. Okay, Zet is having energy issues. He's out of energy now. I'm gonna have to give him something else for energy. He's getting his enchantment, or his enchantments are getting ripped off of him, I think, is what the problem is. Okay, well, we're gonna have to figure something out with that. I might have to give him just the glyph of lesser energy. The next two spells heal you and you are healed. Okay. Yeah, we might have to do that, which costs 16 less the next two things. So I might put that in instead of the resurrection signet, because screw that anyway. Let's do the priest first, please. Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. Nice. We got a cell key here. There's a cell over there. We'll have to come back to this one. I don't know where the other... I think the bonus is... The bonus is killing these elite taskmasters. There's 3 of them. I think one of them is to the north, so we're gonna go over there. Alright, let's kill these guys. And, well, you know what? While everyone's fighting, I'm just gonna open the cell. Save ourselves some time. Precious, precious time. Okay. We still have one more cell key? Okay, I didn't know that. I don't think there's a prison up here, so... But I think there's... Isn't there like an elite person up here somewhere? I don't know where he is. I'm excited for Janthier Wilds, so... Just... for the spears really alone, I mean, that's kind of exciting. You know, I can't wait to like cosplay a paragon. However bad it might look or whatever, I still think that there's like the one thing that I feel like, you know, the thing is that the paragon in Guild Wars 1 was kind of based off of, or not based off of, but was supposed to be this, like, it's all about shouts and you know, calling commands and stuff, but all you see is the chat box above your head, right? There's no actual like voice line. In Guild Wars 1 we actually, or in Guild Wars 2 we actually have voice lines, right? So when I scream for great justice or whatever, right, if I'm using my shouts, that's gonna give me way more of a Paragon feel, just because of that, you know? Maybe I do need this because my energy regeneration is just really slow, so maybe I'll keep this. Okay, I don't know where these elite Taskmasters are. I know they're supposed to be around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Isn't there 3 of them on this map? I think there is. That's fine, we're just gonna explore the whole map and we're gonna see. So it's kind of cool to come back here to the Dejarin estate after we've like explored it a little bit. Like I said, there's like this, it's much better in the way that it is like it's storytelling, you know, because we've already explored the space, we kind of know its history, yada yada yada, so we feel a little bit more connected to the things that we're doing as well. It's like we already knew that they were using this as like a prison camp, but now we get more details as like centaurs are being held here. You know, there's like this like overarching, like the side quests deal with the overarching plot in some shape or form, which is really nice. Instead of just having random quests that have nothing to do with anything, and that might be like really stupid. Alright, so we have another cell key. We have 3 cell keys now. We're like, we need to get like a little, like, oh, there we go. There's an elite taskmaster. So let's go get that guy. Okay, they're gonna come around. Oh, she's a healer. So we want to actually target her first. Yeah, Harosh doesn't do anything, but the other guys, they are using traps and they're archers. So they do kind of help, which is nice. Horn and tunic. Energy +2. We are getting that. And I might give that to Zed right away. That is a rune of energy. Boom. Give him some extra energy because he's having energy issues. Alright, so we gotta defeat the cruel taskmasters. We've defeated 1. I think there's one like down here or like across the bridge or something, and then I think like another one like down here. They're all like on the one side of it. I don't know why. Let's unlock that cell lock, or that cell, or whatever. Who are we fighting? Oh my god. See, it's the bowman. Bowman that can block my attack. Super annoying. Oh, it's kind of... Oh, this is interesting. Harosh... Oh, wait, what? You guys see this? This guy has an aura. This guy has a boss aura. Why? So if you guys know, like, there's certain bosses, right, that we had, like one that we fought earlier. We can actually go there. That's one of the centaur traps that expired. Like when we kill. Where did she die? Don't tell me she died right up here. No. Wait, where did the boss die? They always leave a corpse behind. The heck? Okay, I don't know. I don't know where it is. But anyways, so you'll see bosses, and we're gonna see the other two taskmasters that we have. I think there might be like whoever is in the garrison as well. Like we have to, or in the like main part in the building. It's not a garrison, but anyways, they have an aura around them. Usually, depending on what class they are or profession they are, they have a different color. So this is a ranger aura that this guy has around him. It's kind of weird because none of the other two that I have with me don't have that, and it's weird that he has this like aura. It's like a boss aura around him. That's strange. Right, I'm gonna let out this guy. Yeah. Okay, where are the reinforcements coming from? What is all this? It's like I literally defeated everyone up here, came down here, and then all of a sudden there's like new enemies everywhere. Like, what the hell? Ooh, orange. We got an orange dye. Oh my god, there's two priests. I just noticed that they came. I'm like, why is this guy healing so fast? And then I realized what has happened. Where are these all coming from? There's another healer. Right? This one? Yeah, let's go for that guy. Go, Croc! Do it! Attack! Croc is level 17 as well, so he's gonna be leveling up again soon, I think. We'll see. He's not gonna grow too much larger. I haven't really seen him grow in size. I feel like he hasn't gotten bigger. I think there are some pets that are bugged in that sense. They don't grow, which is kind of sad because it's like one of the, I don't know why, but it's one of the coolest features is when they grow in size. I want to see. Let's see here. Crocodile. Oop. Hold on, let me target this group. And then let me read real quick what this says. Yeah, it doesn't say anything on here. So maybe I just haven't noticed that he's grown in size. I guess I'd have to go back to one of the early streams of this run and see how different it looks now, but oh, they were attacking the spirit. I was like, who are we fighting? There was no enemies around. I think he's doing okay on things. I think he just had. We have 0 cell keys. We need at least one more. We have one more cell to open before we head into the main part. Yeah, I think the the issue earlier that he had was that someone was stripping his enchantments off of him, which cripples his energy regeneration, right? It's like a big part of being an elementalist is dealing with your energy and kind of like how you gain energy. And ooh, there's a taskmaster down there randomly by himself with no one around. Hmm? That's so weird. Why is he by himself? Why does he know what they're doing? Ah, alright, there we go. And before we go in, I'm gonna look for these other two taskmasters. I think there's one, like, maybe there's one down here. Let's get the last guy out. If you have a good group, you can storm this mission. Honestly, this mission can take about 2 minutes to do. Because you can just literally run across through here, go in here, go in, I think, right? Or does this only open once you've saved all of them? Hold on, let's see, because the gate is closed. Let's see if it opens. The centaurs have, I'm too pretty to die, is what one guy says. So there's Mirza, we see him up there. No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do have to free all of them first. Because Zed earlier said that we are not ready to storm the thing yet, but I don't see the gate open yet either, so I don't know. Oh, see, so they're running away now. They're running away now and they're attacking us. Or maybe not even attacking us. They're running away in panic. What is even happening right now? There's so much going on. Everyone, attack. What are you all doing? Yeah. So anyways, it causes them to run away. I wonder if approaching it opens it, or what? Oh, it does. Oh my god, there's all these troops that just popped out of nowhere. Alright, anyways, let's find the elite taskmasters first. That is the first and foremost things that we want to do. I want to say, I think one of them is, maybe one of them is down here. I don't remember. There's like, it's like either this guy's down here or down here. This gate is closed. Okay, good. So I think he's down here. Maybe he's in front of this gate even. Oh, he is. Okay. Perfect. He's not too fast and too far. And the other guy is either at the bridge or across the bridge. I really love this map. Like, just the feel of it, like seeing the like birds fly in the distance, like really slowly circling around and stuff. You don't see too many of them, but with the colors are very nice as well. It's very atmospheric. That's one thing about this game is like, if you want to immerse yourself, there really is like, you turn up the sound, you put the headphones on, and you kind of venture around. You kind of just listen to the music and the sounds, and it's very like, it's very immersive. I remember like just playing late at night when I first played through this game and just like getting immersed so much into the things that were happening. Alright, we have one more. I think that person stands right at that gate over there. It's open. That gate is open. Is that gate open? None of the gates are open. Why is that one open? Oh, this is command. And that, since I don't have command anymore, this doesn't give me that much anymore. Yeah, but you look at the birds flying around and stuff, and I know the music is like kind of low right now. We don't have that much music going on. It's more of like the sound effects. You can turn up the music a little bit. Because the music in this game is fantastic. It's really, really good. Ooh. A purple tunic. Ooh, nothing that we want. No, not down here. Oh, there's the other Taskmaster. I had no idea where these guys were located. I just, my memory told me like weird different things because I don't remember anyone being down here ever. So, but there we go. That's the last bonus guy. Once we kill him, we can storm the main force. That's going to be a tough battle. We do have a lot of allies on our side. They're archers, you know, and I mean, they do a pretty good job. Zed just leveled up, so he's level 18 already, so that's kind of nice. He leveled up within the first mission that we saw him. Kind of nice. Croc has not leveled up. He's still level 17. That's okay. It's okay. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Getting late. It's getting late. Oh, there we go. I was like, do I have to go all the way around? Alright, time to storm the... this is the main part, right? This is the, like, the residential area or whatever. I guess they'll open... Oh my god! Okay, explosion! Get these guards. Just get these guards right here. You're all body blocked. Just get them. If you all bash on the same level, we just win. Now go for the priest, since the priest is dead. We're doing it! We're storming! Look at that priest, he's trying to heal, but then I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what the AI is doing there. Uh-oh. Now they're all getting involved. We have two overseers here. Do two enemy heroes. Let's go for the priest, because the priest is healing them. Attack my target, please, everyone. Thank you. Nice. Alright. I want to go for the scribe next. Scribes are the elementalists. They do a lot of damage. Get that seer next. Alright, Mirza has been let out. His gate just opened back up. Alright, let's get these overseers. The rest don't matter. And we did it! Yay!
Mercer Veldrunner will take my people home from here. I shall come with you.
Why should we trust you? You didn't share your plan with us until it was almost too late.
I feared you would flee if I told you too soon, Two Legs. You are made of sterner stuff than I had thought.
My friends and I risked capture for you, and you still use that Two Legs talk.
Of course. I'm sorry if I've offended you. I shall trust you fully if you allow me to help.
All right, you can come along. We can use your help. But watch your language.
You lead. I shall follow. Two Legs.
I love that. Two Legs. Alright, so we flee the Dejarn estate, and General Bale arrives with
Who is
Varish.
responsible for this?
Our minion is still there.
Captain, why did you not kill the traitors when you had the chance?
We thought you would want them alive, War Marshal.
You were mistaken, Captain. Hunger?
Perish. The captain was just doing his duty.
As I do mine, General Morgan.
Yes, but some discipline will soon leave us without soldiers at all.
You are right, Morgan. I apologize for my impulsive response. Now is the time for clear thinking. General Bale,
War Marshal.
take the hunger and whatever forces you need. I want these sun spears dead.
Your words are my deeds, War Marshal.
You are a good soldier, Bale. I would expect no less.
I love how there's still a centaur hanging out there. Alright, so Varish is also fed up with us. And she is kind of just, you know, she's like, just attack, kill them all. Alright, and we're back here. So nice. So you freed the centaurs? I hope you didn't suffer any injuries. Whenever you leave, something unexpected happens. A djinn showed up and delivered this cryptic message for you. It mentions a passage to Vabi and contains the location of a rendezvous point. Narashi looked at it and said it points to the Jahai Bluffs, near a monument dedicated to Palawajoku's defeat. Do be careful. Okay, so we get a random message from a djinn. A djinn appears, leaving a message, giving us a location, telling us of a location that's right in the Jahai Bluffs. Yeah, okay. So we that was kind of like a side thing. I feel like as a main mission, it's kind of weird because it's kind of sidetracky in a sense. Because we now like freed the centaurs and they're like running away, and that really doesn't mean much for us other than we got Zed on our side. Zed is kind of cool, right? Because he's like, you know, we're like, stop insulting us with like this two legs talk and whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll follow you, two legs, you know, behind our back, kind of like, you know, he still doesn't fully trust us 100%, but it's cool how it shows that we're kind of the leading people in uniting, you know, like we don't care where you're from or whatever, like if we have the same, you know, the same goal or whatever, we can all work together, you know. And the centaurs are under oppression by Varish, so it would help everyone to, like, you know, it would help them and us if they helped us. So it's kind of what they're doing, but it's unfortunately just Zed that joins us. So what is Centaur Elementalist is what a replacement Zed is called. Dunkoro does have some side missions. I want to see if there's anything interesting here. The Tools of War. So just getting a weapon, eavesdropping. Okay, just getting information, and Milani. Okay, so maybe I'll do that side quest at some point before we do the next. Oh, Zed has a side quest as well. So as you guys can see, this kind of becomes a hub for side quests. Yeah, and you can do all these little side quests. Some of them play into the larger plot, some of them don't. And I'm kind of trying to pick and choose which ones do. The Milani one does a little bit, as far as I know, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Anyways, so we're gonna go to the monument. It's not far, right? It's like right here in the Jahai Bluffs. So we gotta go right here. And monument to the feet of Palawachoko.
They are in great danger.
That's not news. Everyone's in great danger these days.
Especially you, it seems.
With great danger comes great profit.
You play a dangerous game, Corsair.
And you don't, Hunter?
I realize that the stakes here are higher than mere money.
What could be more important than money?
Your soul, child. They will need our help soon.
Fine by me, as long as they're able to pay.
I fear that they will pay most dearly.
Alright, so Margaret the Sly and the Master of Whispers appear. And the Master of Whispers says, "Heroes, there are yet more secrets in the shadow. Through my contacts among the Corsairs, I have found a passage around the fortress of Jahai that will take you to Vabi. However, it is guarded by a demonic creature that must be destroyed." Margaret says, "But I have other news. My Corsair contact tells me that your Spear Marshal, Cormyr, is not dead. She's alive and imprisoned on an island fortress adjacent to Gandhara. You have 2 great opportunities, but there's not enough time for you to do both. At this very moment, the great demon known as the Drought gains power at the waterworks to the north. Soon it will be too powerful to stop. And even as we speak, Cormyr's captors plan for her demise. Either journey with me to open the only passage to Vabi, or go with my Corsair contact to rescue your friend. I believe you know her, Margaret the Sly." Alright, so there's Margaret the Sly and the Master of Whispers, and we get to decide what we want to do. Now here's the thing. So I think the more interesting mission to do is doing the Master of Whispers mission, because it leads you to the waterworks, which is right over here. These are the waterworks. You can kind of see the outline of it. There's like 3 levels to it. There's like 1, 2, 3, and then the main thing. I think that's how it goes. And you kind of venture through, and you have to fight the Drought. So we have the Hunger, which is like the main demon that's kind of leading the forces, the demonic forces that Varish has. But there's also apparently another demon that Varish has summoned called the Drought, which is causing some kind of disruption at the waterworks. The thing is that is, I would say, probably the more interesting story, and also depending on which one you choose here, and you can see that right here. I guess you don't see it, but depending on which one you choose, one of these 2 will join your group. So this is something where I go back to what I said earlier, where, you know, having Acolyte Jin in our group, I'm like, that's not that great, because, you know, she's like, I don't know, Rangers aren't that great. I mean, I guess you can build something that is okay with Rangers, but, you know, obviously there's much better team compositions, and I think she didn't really fit into the group. But the thing is, like, if we choose Margaret's path, she's going to join us, and she's a Ranger as well. So we're going to get another Ranger. Master of Whispers is a Necromancer, so but I think I'm going to do Margaret's mission, because, and this is where it gets a little strange with the storytelling a little bit. And we haven't even read this. I'm gonna read this before we leave, because I'm gonna leave in a second. Just we're not gonna do any next, so we're coming to the end here. I'm gonna finish up. There's not a lot going on today, so I'd rather preserve my energy and maybe stream tomorrow when more people are watching or whatever. But anyways, so the idea is that, like, you can either go open up the Floodworks and proceed to Vabi, or you can go back to Gandhara, to the prison island over here, and free Cormyr. The weird part is that if you go with the Master of Whispers to go to Vabi, you don't interact with, like, Cormyr at all. She still kind of gets freed, but she, like, yeah, I don't know. It's really strange. She just kind of, like, doesn't even play a role at all. Like, it's really strange. And you kind of just hear how she gets saved or something like that. It's really odd. It's really strange. And then if you go with Margaret, the passage just, like, automatically opens up. She kind of smuggles you through. Maybe even, I mean, you look, like, if you look here, you could even say that maybe she gets one of her Corsairs to take us down the river, like up a river or something. Maybe there's, like, a way they can go up the river. and then go behind the waterworks that way, because the Fortress of Johai is right here and it's blocking the other path, and there's mountains in between, and then you have the waterworks, but there's a secret passage behind the waterworks that leads out to Vabi, which is up north here, right? It's like this is Vabi up here, so that's where we're trying to go, right? So we have to somehow get through here. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Margaret the Sly. Like I said, I'd rather pick the Master of Whispers, but I feel like in the grand scheme of things, like we're talking about the story, we're talking about Cormier, and it kind of feels weird to hear that Cormier is alive and we choose to just ignore it and go a separate path, like a separate way, and not even interact with her at all and her rescue at all. It is really strange to me in the story that they give you this choice. So I'm gonna pick Margaret. I know where Cormier is, and I will help you get her out for a price that is. I also need something in Gandara. So here's my proposition. You will find a map of Gandara so we can both get what we want, and we'll let the Master of Whispers deal with the drought himself. If we have a deal, we should go, if we have a deal, we should go find Unlucky Simon. Otherwise, go meet with that snake Whispers. Well, we're gonna pick that. Like I said, he's gonna go work, he's gonna defeat the drought nonetheless. The drought isn't really that interesting of an enemy. All the drought is like an earth elemental. It's like a big earth elemental, and it's causing a lot of things or whatever. I don't know what the fastest way is to get to this Unlucky Simon. Where's this Unlucky Simon person? So anyways, meet Margaret the Sly on the Margaret Coast. Yeah, so kind of giving you a little bit of a background here on like what's with these missions. Like I said, I think the Drought mission is a little bit more interesting, where the Cormier mission is a little like whatever. But I think Cormier, I know a lot of people don't like Cormier, but she is a huge part of the lore and the story itself. So, you know, whether you want her to be or not, she is super important. Okay, there we go. Margaret slides right out here. I was like, I wonder where she is. Is she in Ronjok, or where is she, right? Like, I don't know. Okay, so she says, of course, there's life is simple. Sea, ship, and silver. Or in this case, cold Istani coin. Pay well, and you'll have my loyalty and my bow. Get stingy with me, and you'll regret it for the rest of your very short life. For a price. Took you long enough. Let's find Unlucky Simon. He'd better have that map. Okay, so we need a map of Gandara in order to kind of freely move about the space, so that we kind of know where all the entrances and exits, maybe even patrol. We don't know exactly what's on this map, but it could even have some patrol information on patrols and stuff. I always love coming back to the Margaret Coast. Margaret Coast is a cool area, especially this area down here that we're going to. I kind of want to explore the space. Insect hunt, we don't have a scale hunt, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this little side mission, or not side mission, but this little, this little quest before the main thing happens, and then we're gonna end for tonight. Like I said, not a lot going on tonight, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is, but a little bit of a shorter stream. Maybe I can work a little bit on these videos as well later on. So we have Corsairs, of course. Unlucky Simon. Oop, we have some insects coming out of the ground. Get them! Yeah, no one is leveling. He needs to level up a couple more times. He's gonna have 12 water magic, 12 energy storage. I think he should be okay with energy. I don't think he's... Oh, there's a scale coming out of the ground. on. Oh, nice. Wow, we killed a lot of enemies all at once. I think that's Zed's doing, because he has that AoE. Honestly, guys, Shatterstone is really strong. Because it does like 160 damage in 3 seconds. Oh my god, there's another boss? Yeah, he's having a little bit of energy problems, but should be okay. Alright, my name isn't a joke and it isn't funny. I have lost every bet I've ever made and broken nearly every bone in this frail body more than once. Why do the gods curse me so? Lem said he had waterproof container for the map, but as soon as I handed it to him, he punched me in the face and ran off with some of the other crew. My guess is he plans to sell it to the highest bidder. He can't have gotten far. Maybe you can still catch up to him. Okay, so we gotta go along the coast. He's gonna be somewhere over beyond that point there. So we're gonna go across. I really love this part because you see the waves crashing up against the rocks, and that is really cool to me. It looks really cool. I love that. All right, we're gonna venture and get this map back. Why would they ever give the map to someone called Unlucky Simon? Like, he's gonna lose the map. Like, he's unlucky, dude. Literally, like, it's part of who he is. Part of who he is. I wonder what that wandering priest. Oh god, I got chilled. Oh my gosh. Hello, please let me walk. There we go. Hunt. Get some points at least while I'm here. How many minions does Elias have? 2. Yeah, he's doing okay on energy. It's just whenever something dies, he gets a ton of energy, and then he has, you know, other ways of getting energy or whatever. So he's doing fine. We're just gonna have to fight our way through. Can we get through there? Oh, we can. Okay. Oh boy, there's enemies everywhere. Get the queen. She's a healer, I think, right? Yeah, they're healers, the queens. Luckily, she was... weirdly enough, they're not underground, but then the other ones are underground. So by the time they get out and attack us, the queen's already dead. That's kind of weird. Alright, he has 7 minions now. There's like a little army of minions hanging about. Making our way downtown. Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. Ooh, sitting in the same spot for a while. Oh nice, Croc leveled up. Awesome. Oh, and Zed did too. Nice. Even more water magic. Make his attacks even stronger. So now they do. Now the Shadow Stone. Oh, he has 6 minions. So that's really good. And they attack at range, which is nice. The thing with that is, like, it's kind of nice because if they run into, like, I don't know. It's kind of nice having long range fighters. But, so now his Shadow Stone does 85 damage. So that's 170 altogether. That's really good. That's a lot of damage, guys. Alright, so... Whoa, hello. That was loud. I was like, what the hell was that? Oh, half-digested boots. I want those. And I mean, not just that, but all the other ones do more damage too. 64 damage, 70. I mean, 63. That's pretty good damage numbers there. Half-digested boots. Let's see what's in them. Pyromancer. I don't really care. I think, right? Pyromancer? Yeah. Almost there. Kind of a filler side quest. You know, it's like, oh, you have to find a map. It's like, oh my god, really? Like we're already in Gandhara. Like it's not like we don't know how this works. But anyways, here's Shifty Lem. Lem, if it wasn't for your sense of humor, I'd kill you. Margaret says. That's really funny. Lem says, come on, boys. We're in a tight spot. Oh, yes, we are. Yes, you are. I'm gonna kill all of you. Alright. All his friends are dead. There are at least 2 sides to everything, and they usually pay just as well. It makes no sense to pick one when you can cash in on both. This wasn't what it looks like. In fact, it's not even what you think it looks like. Okay, it's pretty much exactly what you think. Here, take the map. So, yeah. So he was trying to do exactly that. He was trying to take the map and sell it to the highest bidder. We got the map back. Finally, I have the map of Gandhara. It won't be long till the diadem is mine. We must get this map interpreted as soon as possible, and I know just the guy for the job. I'm impressed with what I saw here. Maybe you actually do have a chance at rescuing Cormier. All right, I'm starting to like you. You get into as much trouble as costs, and if you're eventually going to Vabi, I might just get my hands on something from the prince's belongings. Tell you what, I'll join your party from here on out, for a cut. Besides, I think we can all agree I'm easier to deal with than that secretive demon hunter. We need to meet with another one of my crew, the Jack of Truce. He can interpret this map and lead us to the loot and to Cormier. We'll meet again once you've spoken to Jack. The bottom line is no me, no Cormier. All right, so Margaret will join the crew, and that will be kind of what we're doing. So Jack of Truce, we saw him way early on when we were dealing with the Dejarin estate. Alright. That's quite a map. Shows just about everything in Gandhara. I see Margaret is after Lady Glaive's diadem. That's ambitious, but you won't ever get near it wearing those outfits. Hey, I've got the perfect plan. A small corner squad patrols outside Gandhara, just south of here. If you're careful, you might be able to overpower the guards and steal their armor. That would be the perfect disguise. Okay, so we're not going to do that today, but that's a good lead off, because that'll be right in, like, that we'll pick up there, and then that's where we go into. So we'll talk about actually Lady it just said Lady Glaive's diadem. So Lady Glaive is actually not an important character in the Guild Wars lore, but she is someone that does pop up every so often, and that's someone that does get mentioned here and there. And there's there's actually like kind of a really interesting story behind Lady Glaive. But I won't touch on like just remember about that Margaret is looking for the diadem. And other than that, there's not really anything interesting beside that. But that character, once we go to Eye of the North, that character will return, and we'll kind of learn about Lady Glaive. And Lady Glaive does get mentioned in Guild Wars 2, specifically when you talk about ore and stuff. I think there's like a couple of mentions. I don't know if it's in ore or when it's things about ore or something where she gets mentioned, but yeah, she does kind of play a little bit of a role in the like kind of a larger plot, concerning just like ore and stuff like that. So but anyways, I'm gonna head out. It doesn't look like anyone is really here. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, Emily, and everyone that was in the back hanging out. So I am, like I said earlier, I am working on the regional lore introduction series, which means that these are short little videos. I think there's going to be 9 of them or something. I think they're only like, I haven't recorded one yet, but I think they're only like 15 minutes or so. I mean, not even, maybe. Of just like little snippets of regional stuff where we kind of talk about the region, and I introduce new players or people that don't know much about the region lore, kind of mention some of the important names, kind of talk about the connection, kind of talk about the timeline leading up to it, talk about the maps and what's going on in the maps and stuff like that. And that's the series that's coming out next. I would like to do another animal facts and Easter egg video as well, so that's going to be something I'm working on. Then I want to do more Did You Know? The Did You Know shorts, just so you guys know, I haven't stopped. Like, I have stopped working on them right now, but that's only because I haven't had time to work on them, but I will continue them. And I want to get to maybe about 50 of them on the regular series, on the regular, like, core game. And then I want to get to doing about, I want to do like 10 to 20 or 20 to 30 or something of those for each expansion, depending on how many I can get, how many fun little facts I can get out of each expansion, and just kind of like do, one big, or like, have the series be like really big, really long. But as you guys, just letting you guys know that this will continue. I don't know when, but I will continue that series as well. So that's kind of what's happening with the channel. And I will probably be doing a Janthia Wilds giveaway, like game code giveaway, expansion code giveaway, whatever it's called. So make sure to stay tuned on the community tab of the channel. That will probably be happening in the beginning of next month. I don't know exactly if that's when it's gonna happen, but I would like to run it from the 1st to the 18th, preferably, which is about 2 days before the expansion launches. On that Sunday, I will be doing the drawing that evening for the stream. And again, if I get a lot of people, it's going to be based off of like comments, like whoever comments gets thrown into the pot. And the thing is, if I get a lot of people, depending on how many people I get, I might do multiple code giveaways. It really depends. If I don't get that many people, then it's fine, and we're just going to do one code giveaway. But if I get like 50 people or something, I might consider. If we get 100 people, like if I get 100 comments from different people on there, I might even consider. I think I'm gonna do 2 at least, because I think that's like a lot of freaking people. So I'm gonna try to. I don't know. I no promises on that, but it's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'll let you guys kind of know as we get closer to that. But anyways,